Hello, everybody. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Happy Wednesday. Welcome. Kitty cat, you want to come say hi? We're doing a time rift. We're getting in with the top of the hour time rift. Yeah, I did something. How's everybody doing today? How are things? Good day, Hazel. Good day. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. I was trying to come up with a tagline, and I decided we're celebrating Wednesday because that is the line from the Mean Girls movie. It's so bright. You should have seen it 2 days ago when I first did it. This is after being shampooed twice. It was fluorescent. It was so much. Fresh lettuce. Hi, Miss Kira. Great. Oh, shucks. Oh, we're gonna stand in this one. Hi. How you doing? Good morning. There's so many things happening. There's a time rift. We're greeting people in the morning and the afternoon and the evening. There's a fresh cup of coffee. I think. Do I need to go scoop that right now? No, we're okay. And then nope, that was it. It's enough to short out brain. It's a fresh week, and word on the street. I found this out very recently because I hadn't really been looking at Wowhead super closely for the last couple days. We're allowed to send paracausal flakes to alts now, so if it doesn't really matter which character we do the thing on, we can like mail the stuff over if we want to, consolidate it all for the sake of shopping, at least in batches of 500 at a time. I'm still doing this on my main because reasons, but seemed good, seemed reasonable. Matches your dragon skin. It does match my dragon skin. I guess I hadn't thought of that. She's she's got a hat on right now, but she has pink scales in her head actually when she's not wearing her, her skull cap. Good morning, Alicia Moore, circa 1999. I see. Did you know that she has the same birthday as me? In the world of famous people birthdays, I share a birthday with Alicia Moore. Doing them on my main for rep. Yeah, I think that's a smart idea. I think that's probably the move. I'm still not 100% clear. Defeat as many battlefield. Oh yeah, sure, anybody. I'm still not 100% clear on what we get for the rep. I guess just stuff. You get to the rep levels, then she gives you a quest, and then you can have things. But yeah, it makes sense to do it on one character to kind of consolidate that. You and your maid now match. Did know both birthdays, did not put that together. I am surprised that well, I shouldn't be. That sounds kind of mean to poor musical artist Pink that I'm sure lots of people know her birthday, but the reason I know her birthday is because it is also my birthday. I'm not usually up to date on famous birthdays. What am I doing? Oh yeah, I was gonna mog myself into something else so that I could enjoy the matching color. I have a shared birthday with Cameron Diaz. You guys do like a cake or there's a transmog set from the rep. After the rift, I don't actually know 100% what I am doing today. I have some ideas. I'm suffering from the condition right now where my WoW goals, I have lots of things that I'm working on, but they're kind of all over the place. It's like a lot of things that I can do a little bit of work on, and it's not a very focused effort. I feel a little bit diffused. But, there's only so many time rifts you can do. There's only so much crafting you can do. Oh, speaking of crafting, speaking of goals. Oh, I'm rich! For those of you who do not have this stream big enough to read the teeny tiny little number, I am currently the proud owner of 5,244,728 gold. Which means that I passed my 5 mil mark, so. Woo! Katie, we're gonna celebrate by telling them about it. Super rich. First thing checked off the list. Now the trouble is, how do we stop? Because it's quite fun right now. I guess I don't have to stop. Now that we have 5 mil, we could go for 6 mil or 7 mil. I broke 5 mil and got to 5.3 in the same mail opening because I was just making all kinds of stuff yesterday. And you know why? It's because I was making bread yesterday. And I decided I was going to do it the old-fashioned way, completely by hand without involving my appliance whatsoever. No stand mixer, no bread machine. And I was, you know, there's just a lot of risings and stuff, especially with the recipe that I used. It's from the Tasahara bread book, and they have you mix up the sponge first and then let that rise for almost an hour before you move into the traditional bread making process. So there's lots of gaps. Hi, sweetie. You are so nice. That's very nice of you. Hey. Can you see me pinching? Hey. We'll fly through the crystal flies in a minute. Anyways, there was lots of time for me to kind of like, you know, it's time to knead the bread. Let's craft, you know, a couple thousand potions of power. There is a saying in Norwegian that translates roughly into much wants more. That's fairly wise. So sweet. She's such a precious baby. I got her vet lab results back, and she is a healthy kitty. She has healthy kidneys. She has healthy kidneys, healthy thyroid, which is good. That's something that tends to act up on cats around her age, but she is good. She's got healthy, she doesn't have any feline leukemia or FIV. She doesn't have, what else? Basically the stuff. She's basically a healthy kitty. The only thing that flagged a little bit odd on her results was something that could be correlated with stress during collection, and she was certainly very stressed at the time. So she's good, clean bill of health girl. Hi. Especially because her behavior's totally fine too. She's behaving like a healthy cat. I think she's forgiven us for the vet. Doesn't see very well. Yeah, that is true. It is, and she is unlikely for that to improve. I knew that, but they told me again anyways. Picture of her health, save for her eyes. Yeah, she's the picture of health that she can't see. But I'm really pleased because she's my baby. She's my baby, and I want her to be in really good, comfy health for a really good long time. Yeah, there we go. She has some teeth. She has enough teeth that we brush them every day. She has far fewer teeth than she used to. But she has some teeth left. Not a result of blood pressure. Yeah, it's hard to say what happened with her vision. It's possible that it was the result of high blood pressure that later resolved itself. Because I didn't realize that she was losing her vision for like a really long time, because cats adapt really well. And they're also just kind of funny creatures. So sometimes something that seems, oh, I got a transmog set. That's nice, right? Saves me some paracausal flakes. Ensemble. How about discipline? Yes, quite. Yeah, sometimes cats are just kind of funny. So some things that I now know in hindsight were symptoms of her losing her vision, we're just kind of like, that's funny. Why is the kitty doing that? If it was gradual, harder to catch. Yeah, exactly. The big one that I should have noticed was when she really got hesitant about jumping down from like low surfaces like couches. She would want to try and almost like lean over the edge and try to touch the ground with her paw before she'd want to jump, even when it was a place that she'd jumped a number of times before, particularly if the furniture had been moved. But it looked really silly at the time because it's like, kitty, that's like, you know, you're barely one cat length off the ground and you're a cat. I'm sure you can make it. But I didn't realize that she couldn't see the bottom very well, and she didn't know how far it was. Right. And that started like probably 2020, 2021 maybe. So a little while ago. Did you color your hair, or is the light playing with my brain? I for sure colored my hair. I decided I wanted to buzz it short and then dye it pink and then see how it went. Fastest leveling method, Chromie or dungeons? Dungeons via Chromie, like Chromie dungeons. I use Chromie time to get into old dungeon expecs that are not BFA and then IQ dungeons. Okay, so I got a big thing of paracausal stuff. I've got BOA paracausal flakes. I've got BOA paracausal rep. Well, I've got the thing that guarantees the time rift gives a reward. We've got these boxes. We're just gonna use, well, I guess I have an extra one of those now. I must have missed one. That's a Void Touch Curio that I still have yet to turn in. It's for a Raid Finder piece of tier. There are some flakies. There's some rep. You could save that until you have rep bonuses, but... Mythic Dungeon Week. Plan to do some Mythic Plus, taking a break from it. I'm probably going to do some alt keys and like maybe 1 or 2 keys in main, but my 2/5 of my group are at Comic-Con. So we still have loads of people around to do keys with. And we did do the Mega Dungeon. Actually, I took my Shadow Priest to the Mega Dungeon last night. So we are still playing, but especially now that I'm 2500, I think that during the season there's a few more 20s I need to time. Let me see. I'm still missing portals for VP, Underrot, and Nel's Lair. So I would want to get 20s time for those, I suppose, for the portals. To be honest, I don't really care. It's just going to be a portal on the Evoker that I may or may not play forever anyway, unless they decide that they want to have mercy on me and make those account wide. It kind of doesn't matter. Do I want to do the garden thing? I want to do blue, fire plume. I don't know. I've worn that one set a lot with the primal robe. I just want something that's gonna show off her her noggin because we match. I've messed up that one set. I don't want to wear that one. Yeah, sure. Why not? Gardens. Yeah. Hers has a little bit of additional skull piercings that I am missing, but you know. Not even sure you play that Evoker next patch. Oh, but it's so fun. It's so fun. Would you say dyeing your hair is an easier decision if it grows out in a week, doesn't cost 500 every time? Yeah, a little bit. It's nice. It's nice, and I just kind of got some stuff at the drugstore and figured I would have at it like I was 14 again. It's pretty easy when it's this short too, is the thing. Because I've dyed my hair at home before. In 2018 was the year that I started coloring my hair, but I was doing it at home myself, and at the time I had very long hair. I had a lot of hair. And it's very difficult to get it done evenly and thoroughly at home by yourself, especially if you're trying not to make a mess, because there's just a lot more going on. When it's this short, you can just kind of and it's and it doesn't really like drip or run or anything, because you really don't have to use very much, because, well, there's not very much hair. Didn't burn your scalp more. You just don't leave it on for as long. I used a pretty mild developer, and I kept a real close eye on it. You can tell when it starts to burn because it hurts. It'll start to you'll get the tingles, and that's when you know you need to either accept some skin damage or take that stuff off. I feel like I actually could have taken it off a little earlier and then had like a darker. I was kind of hoping for more of like a muted darker pink, but maybe it'll wash out to that. We'll see. What am I doing? I have all the flakes and no nothing. I've got 6,000 flakes. I haven't bought anything. And I kind of don't want to buy anything because what if it drops from the stuff? You know what I mean? Maybe I'll buy Gildan just so that I have Gildan with me for our Gul'dan runs, which is not today, but like this weekend. Maybe I'll do that. Curious about augmentation, but I admit, struggle to relate to the drag there. Wouldn't buy anything until the next patch. Wonder if it would fluoresce under UV. Depends a bit on the bleach type, I would guess. Yeah, because it's on your scalp, your body heat will help process it, so it happens, it works a fair bit faster. If anything, being able to put it on really quickly, because you don't have to like fold and move a bunch of hair around, made it nice and easy. It definitely is not as undamaging as not bleaching your hair, but... All right, I was looking at the vendors. I was trying to decide if I wanted to buy anything. Haven't gotten any dupes. I've been getting a reward from everyone I completed. I've only have drops for things I didn't have. Wouldn't buy anything until the next patch, yeah. You know what I think I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna sit on this. I wanna go... This is really silly. I'm gonna go into the vaults. The Scara vaults. You know, where I got this book. For the achievement that I guess I should make sure I still don't have it. For this achievement that I still don't have, I'm gonna go in the vaults and I'm gonna check and see if I can get another one. I'm just gonna keep doing this every week, and I'm sure they probably haven't even fixed it, but just on the off chance that they do fix it, but that it's not retroactive, because that would be mean, but it's possible. Just in the off chance of that, I'm just gonna keep doing it every week, because if nothing else, it sounds kind of funny to collect a stack of them while still not having the achievement. 10 Rain, thank you for the 32-month resub. Still haven't gotten mine. As in, you haven't gotten the book yet, or you got the book and the achievement didn't pop? Because it seems bugged. But I'm gonna be the boots on the ground to find out if it's still bugged. The achievement is called Librarian of the Reach. It's the final achievement I need for the Forbidden Reach meta achievement. And it requires you to loot all the books from the vault and then also the Reach. And I've now looted all of them, but the achievement doesn't know that. Dark to teal. At home before, never got any tingles in my head, thankfully. Timer of Gear, great way to get LFR normal tier tints. Oh. Bug with how little that book shows up in general. Yeah. Oh man, I actually just used the L'Oreal stuff that they had at the drugstore. I couldn't be bothered to buy something online. I was out for a walk and I kind of had a whim of like, you know what? Sounds like a fun thing to do on my day off. Dye my hair. There's a drugstore. See what they have. They had something. See all the other books multiple times. Yeah, this one's just rare. I can't believe that we finally got it. And then not only did it not work, but that the ticket resulted in them just saying, yeah, submit a bug report. That looks broken, dog. I can't help you with that, but that sucks, you know? Oh, man. Coffee, good. I am trying to resist the urge to check the auction house prices in my profession journal to see if there's anything that I can craft for a profit, because apparently I'm not rich enough. Apparently I desire more wealth. Get Garnier color boxes. Not pretty sure it's shades of green. This one worked okay for me. Or it worked actually very, very, it turned real bright. But perhaps I got lucky. You need a complementary background light color, like yellow. I could change them, but I don't think I'd want. I like the purple. I know it doesn't technically, color wheel match, but I really like the purple. Huge news for 14-year-old you. New leadership promises a new era of Neopets. I wore gloves, so no dye in the fingers. I actually, didn't really get it anywhere that I didn't want to. I didn't drip any anywhere. I used the Vaseline and did the barrier, and I didn't really get any on my face. It didn't even really stain my scalp, which was pretty impressive. I was kind of expecting it to stain my scalp. Some crazy lad flipped tepid Versaphiles last night. They were going for 150 gold a pop. I always wonder if that actually works out for people, because whenever I find that as somebody that tends to sell tepid Versa, whenever that's been done, people just stop buying them because they're not stupid. They know that the price is going to fall back down. They know it's going to happen in a hurry. So yes, if you'll sell a couple of them and they will be for a ridiculous markup, but on the whole, it just kind of stops your inventory from moving. All right. I am kind of a firm believer of if the book is going to be here, it's going to be on the second floor. Because the ones on the upper floors seem to always be the other two. And the other two are basically always here. So yeah, Opera, Living Book and Opera the Aspects are both here. The other one appears to not be. And that is okay. Yeah, so there's one, there's the other one, and then that's it. All right, let's go back. I also have bright pink hair. If you do it on Tuesday during raid time, it can make you some gold. I was thinking I would be happy if I could get 1 million, but I would have to play the game more to get it. The thing I have noticed is that if I wish to make lots of gold, I have to be willing. Usually the times in my life when I'm making a lot of gold are the times in my life where I'm ignoring other responsibilities because I'm not usually all that productive. I can leave my character crafting while I'm editing a video. My computer can do both. But I tend to be a little distracted, or sometimes I'll need something in game and be like, well, I have another 800 files to craft, and it slows me down a lot. It's usually something that I start doing because I feel compelled to it, not because it's a good idea. I see anomaly still work. Yeah, like that. Although, I currently... Yeah, it's okay. I'm actually gonna do a little scooping real quick. 1 sec. BRB. Oops. On the flip side, well, I guess you didn't hear the first part of my argument. Oh, man. I thought I fixed that. That's annoying. Well, let's find something we can make. How much of your gold is from logging? Oh, all of it. Let's see. That one. That one. Really? Okay. What about these? Not. Oh, well. Really? Yeah. Yeah. That can be a later me thing. Later me problem. Later me problem. Just post your pets. Sell your things, find something to do that is more exciting to watch. Don't get me wrong. I like crafting streams. I like sitting down and chit-chatting, but if I get into a batch of that stuff, that will take me 90 minutes. I can do that later while I'm like making lunch or something. That's the secret to life and making WoW Gold, precisely. I was more or less saying Dragonflight fun, worth it. Easy to play, to get into and get geared up and play lots of classes, and lots of classes feel very fun. The flip side is that the systems that you use to get caught up are a little overwhelming at first, but once you've kind of come to grips with it, this is like the most fun. Especially this patch, like this season is so much fun. Okie dokie. Am I rich? You know what I want to do? I want to kill. I've done something. Good 5 minutes. Yeah, good 5 minutes. I want to kill Foreman Thistle Nettle in Westfall in the outdoor section of the Dead Mines, just in case he wants to drop me his Foreman's gloves. Because I need them for transmog. This is Foreman Thistle Nettle. He's not even technically a rare anymore. He spawns every like 6 to 7 minutes. I manually added his drop into rarity so I could track my attempts on it. Crinkle lives here. Actually, you know what she can do? I'm not exactly like embarking on a big project to get all of the transmog or anything, but I'm definitely poking around. Like, remember the other day on stream, if you were here, where I decided to run stockades because I only needed like one more thing out of there. It was a pair of plate bracers. So I took, I think, Crinkle through stockades until they dropped, and then I was like, wow, 100% of stuff from stockades. I've been kind of doing a little bit of that. I've been sort of looking through all the things, specifically at the classic dungeons for now, being like, well, what am I missing? What can I reasonably get? So like I ran a bunch of Black Fathom Deeps, and because I only have one thing left from Black Fathom Deeps. It's a zone drop. And I did some farming. I actually got a few of the other zone drops that I needed to drop, but not that one yet. Black Rock Depths is a project that I'm not willing to embark on at this time. I need all kinds of stuff from there. That was a huge one. But then I saw Dead Mines. I was like only missing a handful of things from. So I figured, and then one of them, bizarrely enough, was that mob stuff, even though he's like actually technically outdoors. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this, make sure this is on Heroic, because I know I need a pair of plate boots from Heroic Vanessa Van Cleef, and I also need the Buzzsaw from the Foe Reaper that I think is the same coloration. So I'm just gonna do a quick little, you know, Dead Mines farm clear. I'll also turn in this quest so I can get my 10 gold, if I can. Maybe I can't. Maybe it's phased. Zone drops are the worst. I need the LFR tint of the DK set from Antorus. I thought I was the only person to ever kill this obscure rare. I was having to fight somebody for it yesterday. I don't think they were specifically farming that one. They were kind of farming all of the undead mobs, and they were doing it on a level 25. So I thought maybe they were farming for like a specific twink piece to sell or to wear. But I saw them level, so they definitely didn't have their experience turned off. And also, they weren't wearing very many things, so it might have just been somebody that felt like it would be fun to farm those mobs. I do not have the tusks of Manaroth. That battle pet is huge. It really is, isn't it? I was feeling a bit dog crazy, so I thought I would find a dog pet to have hang out with me, and I was looking at the different models. There's like the Bakar Cub. There's this one. This is Milo. This is one that we were able to buy in the Zerlite Caverns. I don't really know why Milo has these demons-looking spikes and plates. I don't know if it like took them from, you know, Neltharian's lair. Don't farm the gyromatic ice maker. The thing will waste your life. Yeah, so far my rule is that I will farm something if I feel like it and if it feels fun. So I'm not under any delusions that I'm gonna get everything. I will most certainly not get everything. And it's, but, you know, more things is good. They don't have to be good-looking pieces of Mog, as long as the farm feels, I don't know, satisfying for me. So, for the moment, this one kind of does. We're hoping the Foe Reaper drops us a Buzzsaw. That shouldn't be too hard to get. It's like a 16-ish% chance. Big! Can't decide on which dog pet to buy. I want them all. Cornelius continues to be my favorite. Get the currency to try for the tier 3 pieces to sell. That's a project. You are braver than me. Flabby's been doing something like that and it looks awful. I did get Tashalak the other day while farming Transmog. Only took 3 attempts. Nice. I will farm, which I cannot buy. That's fair. These Foreman's gloves weren't even on the Lightbringer AH. And also, apparently if they do show up, they go for like 200k, which is more K than I want to spend on Transmog. I cap out. It used to be 100 gold. I'll spend up to like 300 gold. Depending what it is. Hey, here's the Buzzsaw. Nice. So that's that. And now I need, and I'm hoping it drops because this is actually very annoying to farm. Unless you guys have some info that will help me not have to do the entire Vanessa Van Cleef event, you have to, as far as I can tell, do the entire Vanessa Van Cleef event. So it's a bit of doing. Yeah, the gloves are not in the dungeon. I know that. We did an attempt on them before we zoned in here. And I'll do more after. But I know I need these Guildmaster's Greaves. So I'm really hoping. Do you know any way where I don't have to do the whole Vanessa Van Cleef event? Did you end up moving back to Canada? I did! I moved back at the end of 2021, so I've been back for a year and a half now. You have to do the event. Okay. Fine. Oh, I can mount up here. You could pay 200k, still be over 5 mil. That's true. That's true. You gotta save the gold for something that really speaks to you. I don't know what will. They kind of haven't really added any good gold sinks in a while. BFA was the last time. Did they have good gold sinks in Shadowlands? They had... You were sinking anima into things for the most part. Because in BFA we bought the frog mounts, we bought the Brutosaur, I bought the Palehide Direhorn for like 500,000 gold. They had like big gold sinks in BFA. You have a way to not do the entire event. Please wait until I'm not in stream to share it. Yeah, I think we're just gonna have to do the thing. Hopefully she just spits out the boots, because that's the only thing I need off them for all armor types. So that would be something. I'm from Newfoundland, living in Nova Scotia, but I work for a company based out of BC. Hear nice things. It's beautiful here. It's a little spendy. It's a little expensive. Especially if you want to buy a house or just any home in which to live. But I'm just gonna have to become incredibly wealthy and then it'll be fine. I'm back to daydreaming about a place where I can have like a big dog and some chickens. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I'm gonna pretend for a while because I can't buy anything right now anyway. Looking for fun Mog? Probably obscure Mog from Quest you never did? Oh yeah, probably. Zach 00009, thank you very much for the brandy sub. Appreciate it. Yeah, the frog mounts for a third of a mil. A lot of leveling up my tunes. What is that mount from? The Wonder Wing was from doing the BFA Pathfinder achievement, and I think you can still get it, even though you don't necessarily need that achievement to fly anymore. You can do the BFA Pathfinder meta to get the Wonder Wing mount, I'm pretty sure. 1, 2, 3, 4. At least, as far as I can see, this event doesn't really, doesn't seem to hurt, really, on a max level character, so... Are you gonna let me kinda, yeah, okay. So you're fairly safe, you just have, it's just a lot of running. If people were to sub with Prime, that would help you buy a house one day, surely. Oh, of course. Why have I never seen this? What is this? So I don't know what expansion they did this in, but at one point they overhauled the dead mines and made a heroic version. And the last boss of the heroic version, you fight Vanessa Van Cleef, and she sends you into the nightmares of the bosses that came before. And then there's like a big thing. Classic heroic dungeons before. It might have been Mop, yeah. Kata, Mop. One of those expansions where they like redid some of the old dungeons and then added them to Endgame, but it was before Mythica Plus, so they never did key runs or anything like that. It was just kind of it was kind of weirdly short-lived, I remember. I was like, this is a really cool dungeon that you kind of don't need to do very long. There wasn't really a whole lot of reason to stay in this. Yeah, the Scholar rework was Pandaria. Yeah, I don't know. Harder difficulties before Mythic was introduced, yeah. You mean the free Prime sub you get with your Amazon Prime subscription that you can give every month to your favorite streamer? I don't know, favorite streamer's a high bar. What about nearest by streamer with the shortest / pinkest hair? Mythic Deadmines would be pretty cool. I think that this would be fun as a Keystone run. I'm not sold on the last boss. It's kind of giving last boss of DOS, which just too long and too much running. too far. Seth Ricky, thank you very much for the Prime sub. Appreciate it. Yeah, this is heroic. I need some boots that only drop off of this particular boss. Liked your dungeon raid videos. Thank you very much. Okay. Oh yeah, and then I don't know if I killed her too fast or what, but I can never loot her, so I usually leave the instance and then drop a mailbox. So I'm gonna, because I wanna leave not out the back, but I want to be in the front, I'm gonna do the group thing where I make a group and then leave it, and then this is gonna kick me out to near where I zoned in, and then I should be able to drop a mailbox, go back to Foreman Thistle Nettle, and set up camp again. Blue Rainfall, thank you for the 2-month resub. Streamer that isn't high on your list that you sub to them on a recurring sub, but still like well enough to support intermittently. Well, there's a tagline. Thanks, Gravitate, with a 3-month resub. Woo! And then, of course, Blue Rainfall. I put flax seeds in the bread that I made. I challenged myself when making this bread yesterday to not add too much extra flour. I actually challenged myself to not add any extra flour because I figured if I was going to try and learn how to work wet dough, I may as well do it properly. So I just did the original amounts, and then I figured I would just live with it. And so I had my bench scraper, and I was like picking up the dough and slapping it, and then picking up the dough and slapping it, and working on it for a while, and it was getting stretchier. It never really got like smooth, but it did get fairly. I feel like we developed some amount of gluten with this. I did also, and I figured I'm a wise woman. I'm very restrained. I'm a creature of delicacy. I'm definitely not going to splatter dough everywhere by slapping it and having it shatter across the room. And I may have had a piece of flying dough, like, escape me. But just like the one time. I'm pretty sure I'm going over the bridge and then around. Yeah. Apparently, sometimes it flings. Reese Piper, thank you very much for the brandy prime sub. Appreciate it. How is your dough if it splatters across the room? I was slapping it is the thing. I just lost one piece of it, and then I cleaned it up, and I'm pretty sure there's nothing else left over. GF made a cheesecake over the weekend for the first time. It was unreal. Easily the best thing I've ever eaten. Tried a lot of food. Homemade goodies are always like so special. You touched dough by hand. I know, it made my hands all dry and crusty, and I wasn't a fan of that part, but I think it was worth it for the bread being yummy. It did make 2 loaves of bread, so I have a lot of bread to eat kind of in a hurry now. Okay, so there's my Foreman Thistle Nettle. Hello. You want to give me some gloves? No? No, alright. I guess I'll just log out here. Try again later. Oh, hang on. I need to drop my mailbox and find out if Vanessa dropped me my greaves. Man, she dropped me leather boots. I need the plate boots. I'll have to do that again tomorrow. Oh, somebody bought a pattern for 8 gold and 2 silver. I have lots of these petrified shin bones. I have a concerning... I don't think those are going to be worth anything. I have too many of them. Do love me some cheesecake. You didn't freeze half of it. My freezer is full. Like, my freezer is, like, full. I just got a grocery top-up, and my freezer is at capacity. It's largely... My freezer, nobody asked, mostly contains frozen fruit that I use for smoothies. It has a lot of frozen fruit right now, actually, because family knows someone that is harvesting a lot of berries, and they're offloading berries to everyone. So I have like a lot of berries in my freezer because I know I'm not gonna eat them fast enough. What am I doing now? Let's just do this. Let's just get this out of the way. I have a lot of berries. I have a lot of bread because I usually will, if I'm ordering groceries, I'll buy like 3 loaves of bread and then freeze them because I'll just toast bread out of the freezer and that'll be like sandwiches and toast and whatever. I am a bread-based being, so I go through that. Same thing with buns for like ciabatta buns for veggie burgers, bean burgers, sandwiches. At least 1 frozen pizza, sometimes 2. Did you know in local Canadian DGen news, Delicio is no longer being stocked over the past 6 months and probably for a little bit longer. They are phasing Delicio frozen pizzas out of Canada. They no longer want to push them across the border. So I'm going to have to find a new frozen pizza for my raid nights. Sister Coyote, thank you for the 9-month resub. How do you eat your homemade bread? Sandwiches, toast, tastes good enough to eat on its own? All of the above. Usually when I have fresh bread, I will have some of it immediately, and I'll just have it with like a little bit of butter or just straight. But yeah, I eat bread sandwiches, veggie sandwiches, grilled cheese sandwiches, toast and eggs, toast and garlic toast, toast. Alright, what are we saying? I'm 22% towards my Vicious War Snail. The goal that I have kind of sort of set myself that I'm not sticking to super closely, but that I'm trying to do is I'm trying to win at least 1 shuffle on any given stream day. I'm trying to win a shuffle just so that and it's okay if I lose a bunch of them in the process there, but I'm trying to get at least 1 round where I win 3 or more rounds so that I make some progress on this. Just so that when they finally tell me the season's going to end, which isn't for a while, but when they finally say the season's going to end, I'm not going to be like crazy far away from that goal. I also would like to, in the process of doing that, I want to collect at least the rest of, let me see, Dragonflight Season 2. I want to collect the rest of this set, which means purchasing these pieces with conquest points. So I'm going to get the boots, I think, today. I need another 50 conquests and I can buy boots. And then I guess if I can scrape 1800, then I can get the last piece of the elite set as well. But I'm not too fussed about that. It's totally fine if I lose a lot. It's totally fine if I lose rating. I'm just here to play and get vicious mount progress, really. It looks like my oh yeah, and then I'll give my standard issue disclaimer that because we're not trying that hard and because this is a real casual grind, while I understand any and all advice may be well-meaning, I am probably not listening today because it doesn't really matter. So we're not after advice. They do sell Utker pizzas here. They're a little more expensive, and they're a little bit smaller in mass. If you're measuring your pizza by the gram. I have to try their Rising Crust one because I'm not really much of a thin crust pizza person. But we'll have to see. Cheaper, great for single servings. What if you're serving 2 though?
Nullifying Shroud, Nullifying Shroud. Nullifying Shroud.
Well, I can't. Oh, that's a cool skin. That's a Glad skin! What are you doing at 1600? I'm about to get my feet handed me. You're gonna chop them off and then mail them to me for Christmas. Well, and we can wait out the nullifying shroud. That's something.
Nullifying shroud.
So yeah, you do that. Oh, I've been kicked. My plan. They don't have a kick again. So, they don't have the kick up. That might DR me. No, it does not. It does not DR me. Hey, we won! Woo! Nice hair. How you doing? Hello, I'm doing good. How are you? Auctionator. The first one of your two options there. Grove of Blackweir. Finding the next frozen pizza superstar in Hazel's freezers. Weeks of great content at least. Turn off chats for these? Yeah, me too. I have a special window of my chat that's called quiet, and it is filtered so that there is nothing in it. I figure I'll just wing it, really. So, our dream is to win at least 3 of these rounds. But if we don't, that is okay too. Do they want the mage or do they want the paladin? My hunter has the blue. I'm just gonna, it looks like they're unloading, so I'm just gonna kind of do that early. Oh, my anus. My anus. Looks like they don't really want that one. So I can peel. There's time dilation. There's 2 people that can kick me. So I kind of want to juke some kicks. Although if they're stunned, then they're stunned, you know. If you're stunned, then you're stunned, then you're stunned.
Nullifying shroud.
So that's going to be kind of painful. And there's not a lot we can do.
Nullifying shroud. Nullifying shroud.
They really want to hodge me. Nope, they're dead. We tried. What are you working on today?
Nullifying
Currently,
shroud.
I'm trying to get one Vicious Mount Progress win of Solo Shuffle in. And then after that we'll have to take a little look-see. Dye or spray? Dye. I've never, I mean, I saw some of the sprays when I was purchasing the dye, but I was afraid of them. Okay. Let's see. Blue square must be my paladin, and then that's my hunter over there. Yeah, I wonder if they're gonna just blow up the monk. Sometimes in Solo Shuffle it just turns out that one player just gets bullied. I'm gonna play pretty... Oh yeah, that's fine. That works. I was gonna say pretty conservatively before I just like wandered out in front of everybody.
Shroud.
Although, my hunter has gone in very
Nullifying
deep
shroud.
without me.
Nullifying shroud.
Well, I juked a kick, but it looks like they're gonna be on that person anyway, so it doesn't do me a whole lot of good. I think I should be able to set up a little... Oh, doesn't matter. Hello! Hi, Zeester. How are you doing today? That's not your natural color? You're on to me. Thoughts on the new Evoker spec? It seems really strong. It makes Mythic Plus runs extremely smooth, is what I found from the keys that I ran with my Og friend. Wonder if Priest is viable? I betcha it is. You could always check, what is it, sub-creation to see statistics of like how many Shadow Priests there are in Shuffle above a certain rating. But below a certain rating, I'm pretty sure you can play absolutely anything. Alrighty, we just need one more win.
Nullifying Shroud. Nullifying Shroud.
Oh, that works. Never done Shuffle. DPS are not viable in solo Shuffle because of queue times. There is that. That's one of the very nice things about healing Shuffle is that you get in real quick. Alrighty. We have our 3 wins. All we need is for nobody to leave. And we should get some conquest. It counts as a win, so we'll get some conquest. We'll get some Vicious Met progress. If we can win any more rounds, then I might get some rating, but we don't necessarily need that. I am happy to leave my quote-unquote 1800 push for later when I have all my gear. I have 4-piece tier at least now, which, although I don't really remember what it does. Something about Swiftmend.
Nullifying Shroud.
What do I do?
Nullifying Shroud.
Burden Infusion causes your Swiftmend target to gain increased healing from you for XYZ seconds.
I
We're
see
just gonna kind
things.
of go in hard on that.
Nullifying Shroud.
Got the kick. They have a kick now too, but oh, it doesn't matter. Wow, that's lucky. Considered changing the background lights. It's very pink. I kind of like the pink. Maybe I'll look at it later and I'll be like, oh yeah, I should have fixed that, but... Nullifying Shroud, yeah. It's funny that Gladiator also keeps notifying you. Nullifying Shroud. I've seen Og in Shuffle. Seems to do good. Seems to work. It's very comp dependent, so it'll match up well with some things, like very well with some things, and then less well with others, depending on how well they scale with Og.
Shroud.
So they can communion in those, which is kind of ridiculous. I also have an emblem trinket because because I got it out of the vault. And my other trinket sucked, so I don't have an insignia right now. Nope. That's okay. We got 21 rating, 1400 honor. It's a great way to get honor. 232 conquest, a little bit of progress. I will take it. Yeah, poor monk lost a bit of rating. Happens. Yeah. Anyway. What would you think if you streamed and nobody said anything about your hair? They must be too distracted by my glittering personality. You can communion. Yeah, you can communion in anything. It's wild. It seems very strong. All right. I need to purchase some boots. I have, I should have enough conquest now. 800. Yeah, I've got lots of conquest. I can buy some boots. It'll be good for myself. Oh, no. I only need the boots for transmog. I have crafted boots. I forgot. I need a belt. Let me see. I've got a blue belt. I've got a blue cape. I've got blue bracers. I'm gonna buy the belt, I think. Oh, and a blue ring still. Oh no, maybe I should buy the trinket. Maybe I should. Nah, I've got an epic emblem. I'll just keep playing with it. I'm gonna buy a belt, I think. So I've got the Haste Versa belt currently. So Obsidian, Gladiators. I will get the boots eventually for transmog, but that can be a later me thing. Gladiators, leather belt, Crit Versa, Haste Versa. And then that should scale with, for PvP item level. So that goes all the way up to 450. My PvP item level is 446, so it's certainly getting there. I guess I can dump some. It doesn't really matter. I'm not really doing anything that requires actual, like, normal item level. But I can certainly, if I want to, spend honor to upgrade these things. It won't improve their PvP item level, but it would improve their regular item level. But it takes so much honor, man. I don't know about all that. I could just get Marks of Honor and use them for transmog. I mean, I have basically all the Druid sets, but maybe I want someone else's sets. Where are the Marks of Honor anyway? Oh yeah, these guys. So I could buy this a few times and get an extra 10 Marks of Honor. And then also, you get more of them from there, and then more of them from there. Also some bonus conquest. Yeah. What's my conquest at now? 230? Okay. Cool! I have 82 Marks of Honor. I don't really know what I'm saving them for. Something. Transmog. Yeah, for old Vicious Mounts, you just have to continue to refill the Vicious Mount bar. So yeah, we are 25% of the way towards the Worst Nail now, and that'll do for today, because that means that we did it. We moved the bar a little bit. Shall I go kill Foreman Thistle Nettle again? Yeah, you can buy patterns with them too if you want. There are some crafting recipes you can get. There are lots of appearances. Any luck? No? Okay. Most of the time, Foreman Thistle Nettle drops nothing. But he's supposed to have somewhere in the neighborhood of like a 1%, 1.3% drop rate for the gloves. So hopefully if I just keep it up, he'll spit them out. Okay. Well, I'm not doing that. What am I doing? Begs the question. We've been here for an hour. I mean, we could do another time rift. No reason I can't do another time rift. 80 marks to get an arsenal? Yeah. Yeah, match gives you, solo shuffle queue will give you roughly 2%. I think it's 2 point something because every now and then my number will tick up by 3 and not 2, so I think there's also a fraction in there somewhere, but functionally 2. I'm going, oh yeah. So I may as well, for the rep, I may as well do it on my main time rift on an alt. Yeah, I could do it on an alt, and you would get, I want the rep though. I want the rep of my main. Also, my alts don't really need gear. The alts that I'm gearing have more gear than that, and the alts that have less gear than that I'm not gearing. They're geared enough for my purposes. My porpoises. If you're topped off in Flintstones, you lose new ones? Yes. If you are capped on your flight stones, you will burn any additional ones that you get. So there's really no reason not to spend them. We're able to buy Flightstone boxes now, yeah, if you have some Mythic Plus rating. They've added that in, because my main is dangerously close to capped. She should probably do that. So this is going to be starting soon. Wait, hang on, there's Akambun. How am I ever going to craft anything if I don't have ridiculous amounts? Actually, I used basically all of it. I bought more, and I used that too. I've made a variety of things recently. Wish the capstone was higher? Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with that. Catch-up box feels low item level. For Mythic Plus, yeah. In my brain, I know it's not exactly the same catch-up system, but in my brain it's kind of replacing the Primalist gear, which was the last thing that we could send to alts. And that was 385, so 398's a decent chunk up from that. But these pieces are a little tougher to get. Not that they're hard to get, but 250 flight stones is a fair amount of them. And then it being a random piece. Resolve the paradox. Oh, it's a puzzle. Where is the thingy? It's one of these guys. Guys, I don't know if I can do it. I'm getting too cocky. It's probably gonna get harder. Oh, I see. You can only move the blue ones. Hi. Welcome back. Okay. Am I full in alchemy points? Nearly. I know that when I do finish filling it up, hello. When I do finish filling it up, I'm going to be able to get metal, extra metal for extra points. I kind of started slacking in alchemy points because I didn't really care to fill out the last, couple of nodes. Like the research nodes felt like really arbitrary to me, especially when I'd already researched everything I was going to need. So I stopped doing like my point weeklies. So I'm not going to have like a ton of extra or anything, but that's okay. Did you do the Blingtron toy puzzle? I started it and then I got an X amount in. I forget how many, probably not very many. And then I realized that I hated it and then I never touched it again. There's BFA, right? What event is this? These are time rifts. This is one of the new events, or this is the new thing that they've added. One of the new things they've added in 10.1.5. PvP spider. I'm kidding. Hey, sweetheart. Where was the spider? They add old expansion mounts to the vendor typically at the end of the expansion. So if it was a Dragonflight one, then you might have to wait until after Dragonflight. But I don't remember when the spider was. On the map, the time rift will just be shown with like the horn, and it will always be here. It will always be at the reservoir. And it starts at the top of the hour every hour. Spiderlands is from Shadowlands? Okay, that should be on the vendor then. You are so cute. What are we doing? Annihilobomb's deactivated? Hang on, I think I had the wrong button. I don't like this game. I don't like this game one bit. I'm not very good at it. At least it doesn't hurt, I guess. It's a group task, so maybe lots of people are supposed to. There's probably a safe spot to stand, and it's not where I am right now. Nope. Pinball wizard. It's nearly done. Oh, Lost Light Druid. Thank you very much for the hype chat. I've never seen that before. Hazel, love your hair. How do you deal with FOMO? We talking in-game FOMO or real-life FOMO? Because honestly, first of all, thank you so much. Second of all, I think I'm broken. I must get it sometimes, but I think for the most part, it just doesn't really do anything to me. Sometimes I get, you know what I get instead of fear of missing out? I get decision paralysis, where I feel like I must choose the correct thing or the perfect thing. So sometimes it's really hard for me to make choices because I'm too anxious about making the right choice, even when it doesn't really matter and any of them would do. And all I can really do is remind myself that any of them would do, and it doesn't really matter. Oh, in-game FOMO. I'm just... I guess I'm more focused on the things that I have and the things that I get to do, and I don't worry too much about the stuff that I don't have or I won't get. you know, I have mounts to ride and I have pets to enjoy and I have dungeons to go to and raid nights to have. And I try and just focus on what I get to do when I log in and not the things that I'm not going to get to do in time. I just kind of write some stuff off and figure that's not a me thing. JG Britt, thank you for the 21-month resub. Happy 21 months. I'm late to Dragonflight. Should I do the Forbidden Reach or the Underground Cavern area if I want to do it in the order it was released, or doesn't matter? So it doesn't really, the order that you do it in doesn't really matter. If you want to get your gear caught up, then I would do the Zaralek Caverns first, and then you can go back and do collecting the Forbidden Reach after that. Forbidden Reach is largely rare based. There's a lot of rares in Forbidden Reach, and they drop things that you need for the achievements and whatnot. And it may be easier to work on those in the short term when people are still listing groups for them, which people do still do, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there's people farming Forbidden Reach rares as we speak. I guess that doesn't really help you much. I'd say the current gear is in the Zaralek Caverns. For collection's sake, it doesn't really matter what order you do it in. Involve yourself in the things that you want to do. Going back and forth between focusing on Mythic, PvP, my main, or finishing up previous content. Yeah, I've just kind of accepted that I'm never going to have a ton of focus, and that as long as I'm enjoying whatever I log on and do in a day, then that's okay. WoW is for fun, so if you're having fun, it's all right if it's not optimized. I do a lot of things as well. I do a lot of different content spheres, and I just, as long as it's a good time. I think letting go of the goal of doing all of it, I think, or maybe trying to keep my goals more in check helps. Like, I collect and I really enjoy collecting, but I don't think for a second that I'm ever going to get all of the mounts or all of the pets or all of the transmog. I might try to get more of the mounts and pets and transmog, but I am a much happier person if I don't think that I'm going to get all of it, because it changes the way I think about grinds. Like, I can look at them re-releasing, like, or, you know, putting out all of this, like, old Naxxramas and Stratholme farm stuff, and I can think, wow, that looks awful. And I can not do it because I've decided that I'm not going to have all of the stuff, which kind of gives me the, you know, if I had decided that I wanted to try and farm every appearance, I would probably be freaking out because I would need to go and do the Scourgestone thing and find the people, and I would have to do all of the stuff because I definitely don't have all those appearances, and it would take like millions of gold. But because I've kind of let go of the need to do all of them, I can just kind of, you know, keep doing this. Someone who apparently hit 1,000 mounts somehow. Oh, so many. Everything, just things for your main? It used to be just things for my main back when I was a clothy, and now that I've switched mains to a mail wearer, I've kind of adjusted it to everything. When I am collecting, I'm kind of looking at all armor types now, because I figure if I'm going to switch mains now and then I would like to have a good collection of everything. So if I'm farming a dungeon to try to get all the Mog, I'm now looking for like all of the armor types and stuff. So I have like alts, I have like a warrior I can bring, I have different armor types I can bring. But I'm certainly not ever going to get like everything. I've stopped joining groups for this event because honestly they were too laggy. Sometimes it's still laggy without the group, but I find that I can still get all of the reward boxes just kind of showing up and doing it with the people that happen to be around. And like maybe later on when people kind of move on, it might be better to get a group so that the shard has enough people, but for right now it's busy enough that you can just kind of wing it. Want to be like you when I grow up. Oh. Won't matter much when work and real life smashes my WoW time. Lich King boss is the worst with lag. Leveling so many warriors over the years, I have an egregious amount of plate armor and nothing else. Plate is one of the things. Class stuff too. Like when I'm looking at the stuff, I'll see like I'm missing Death Knight tier and Demon Hunter tier and Monk tier and all these classes that I don't really play or farm very much. I say this being a 36-year-old grown woman. One day, I guess I don't ever want to grow up in the sense of I feel like I'm about as mature as I'm ever going to get. I'm good with that. But one day I would like to have a more grown-up life in that I want to have some land to play with, and I want to own a house where I could make any paint choices and, you know, decorating. Sometimes when you're looking at real estate listings, you see people that have done bananas things to their houses. And when you're looking at the listing, you're like, well, that's got to go, and that's got to go, and that's no good, and this is horrible, because it's like not yours. It wasn't your vision. But sometimes it just kind of warms my heart that it was somebody's vision. Hey, I needed that. That's nice. I kind of thought I already had the offhands, but I guess I hadn't bought the offhand yet, so now I don't have to. I also got, what is it, some Sorodormi reputation, a couple Paracausal flakes. Oh, also a shield that binds to Blizzard account that I can mail to myself. That's kind of cool. I will send that to Crinkle. I painted it yellow. Oh man, one of them was like yellow on the outside. The exterior paint was yellow, but it was that yellow that's kind of like very high brightness and right between yellow and green. It was a very sickly color. I couldn't think of a worse color to paint a house, but that's just my own subjective opinion. And, you know, paint can be changed, you know, in the long run. It's not the thing that you want to worry about when you're shopping. You want to worry about other stuff. Location and, you know, proximity to neighbors and stuff. What am I doing? I'm sending a shield to, maybe I'll send it to somebody who can actually pick up mail right now. Honeyplum can learn that. Honeyplum's a shaman. She can learn a shield. Or Anthus, actually. I'll send that off. Then I guess I can get the rest of my flakies. Chartreuse. Trixie Mattel will be proud of your pink stream. There was a house in my childhood hometown that was known simply because it was mac and cheese yellow. Oh man. I mean, you would always be able to direct visitors and delivery drivers to the correct door. It would be easy for people to find their way to your birthday party. Let's go learn that shield, I suppose. You'd get hungry every time you come home. I live in a house that was mustard and catsup colored on accident. Oh, you lived in a house. Second mount to drop on roofs. Congratulations! I've learned those Dalaran and Garrison Hearthstones. I'm just carrying them around because I'm not ready to let go of them yet. It's a sentimental thing. What am I doing? Honeyplum. Have you seen this kitty cat? You know about this cat? Oh, Karokta's up. I thought that Karokta was not up. I thought that it wasn't spawning. It is spawning. It's here. Karokta. Start a group. War mode off, presumably. Mount. Chance. Go, go, go. Thought he wasn't up to do. Nice kitty. I think that we need to like tilt this. Well, maybe not quite. I mean, yeah, right there. That's good. Invite with one hand, pet cat with the other hand. Bean. It's really sweet that she just like sits and hangs out with me while I'm streaming. I appreciate that. Glimmerog Racer should count as a rep. I would assume that it does not. Typically the friendship bar reps don't, and that it's the your normal, like you know, friendly, honored, revered, etc. reputations. How old is your cat? Kitty cat is gonna be 9 this year, I think. I think she's gonna be 9. Wish I could convince mine to be sit on the arm of my chair. She wants to be held constantly. She is she follows me around from room to room. She likes to be involved. She also likes to sit on my lap, but sometimes she wants to be an up cat. Bit of a guy finding 3 kittens. Aw. I want to say like 7.5, but time does indeed pass. I know, right? I'm pretty sure I adopted the cat in 2014, and I know it was around my birthday because it was my birthday. That was the impetuous. Is that how you say that? Impetuous? Impetus? Can't be impetuous. It has to be, I don't know. Words you've only ever seen written down that you've never actually had to pronounce. I'm going to delist so people can actually get here. Anyways, that was the reason why I got kitty cat. But yeah, I think it was 2014. 8 going on 9 seems right. Yeah, that's the word. I think it's probably overkill. Impetus Impetuous? If I don't know, maybe I should not use it. maybe that's a good sign that you can find another word to say what you mean. Impetus. It's a good word. Alright, any luck? Do-do-do-do-do. Well, now I have to kill Karokta a bunch of times today. Now that I know that it is currently spawning. Alrighty. So, I did not get them out. Did anybody get them out? Doesn't look like it. I'm gonna drop a mailbox so I can pick up that shield that I sent myself. Learn that. Cool. And then I guess I'm gonna kill Karokta and a bunch of other characters. See, I'm Googling this because I was sure. Yeah, no, it is a real word. It is impetus, not impetuous, impetus. The force that makes something happen or happen more quickly. That is correct. I think there might be another second word that we're confusing it with. Smash and fry, I'm sticking this too. Okay, so Honey Plum has done this, which is going to drive me nuts because I guess I'm going to move her to the bottom of the list. Just because otherwise I'm going to lose track of where I was. Oh, no, I can't move her. Never mind. All right. Anthus in the Zarelite Caverns. Did you hear the pronunciation? No, I guess I can click the button.
Impetus.
Impetus. Or if you want to be creepy.
Impetus.
Impetus. Okay, now on Anthus, we can custom find a group and just keep an eye out for Karoktas. Who says we don't learn things on stream? I love the way Whelp Daycare, but does the little dragon he really have to chase each and every one of my elts with the quest? Yeah, fine reason to get a cat. What was I gonna say? Oh, Whelp Daycare. I need to do Whelp Daycare today. I haven't done it today. And also, I didn't do it yesterday. I am terrible at doing Whelp Daycare when it's not on stream, apparently. I don't know what my problem is. I never think of it. I never remember. How do we get to it? Yeah, because my birthday was the impetus for getting a cat. That's right. That was how we made it here. I felt bad. I accidentally pranked people on Karokta on my druid recently. I was moving all my characters out here to farm Karokta. And I saw it was up, and I was like, awesome. And I listed a group, and I was like, Karokta's up, war mode off. And then people are joining and then leaving. And I'm like, where is everybody going? And then I realize I'm in war mode. I forgot that my druid, I had left her in war mode because, let me see. I'm gonna get a shield here. I was working on an achievement that needed me to be in war mode while I, like, learned honor tokens or something. And turns out I had a war mode up Karokta spawn, so I ended up just like going back to Loam, turning off war mode, and then joining somebody else's group. Forgetting your kid at the daycare. Brutal. Finish all the regular quests on my main first. How can you still see groups in the wrong war mode state? There might be a good reason why it might be nice to be able to see them, but yeah, it is a bit rough. Control. I felt so bad when I figured out what I had done. Nobody even like flamed me for it or anything. Nobody even said anything. They just joined and went, nope, no Karokta here, and then left. I was just a very confused druid. Maybe I shouldn't be tanking this. Yeah, especially when there's another tank. Maybe I should respec him to be a Rhett. Well, daycare. Knew I was forgetting something. Yeah, I'll do that. Well, I was gonna say, yeah, I'll do that after Karoktas. But I do have a lot of Karoktas to try, so. So I might be trying Karokta for a little bit. We've got all kinds of characters. This is the big glorious thing. This is the big awesome reason why I'm glad that I leveled all of these 70s is I have all of these different attempts at Karokta. Okay, One mount, please. No. Alright. Thank you. Those are some purrs, kitty cat. Just got to the red before the heat got to me. Didn't want to run my PC. That's fair. It's good for your PC too. Just keep it off while it's hot. As long as you don't forget it again, we call that foreshadowing in the vids. Already attuned my trinket to the bronze stone for haste. Oh, bronze whelp will be my favorite. Just want to run home and play. Okay. All right. I hope that I get the Karokta mount before people don't list groups for them anymore. Because it's very helpful being able to just like join one. I'll have a few characters that I'll have to like actually run back out here, but... Oh, that one's 6 minutes ago. I'm pretty sure that was the one I joined. I'm pretty sure that one's done now. I think that's an old group. I mean, I could apply to it and find out what happens. Also. But I'm pretty sure that I joined Drunk's group already. Thanks for helping me kill Karokta. Of course. Good luck on your mount farm. What's my top 3 classes to play? Priest, Evoker, Druid, Hunter, eeny, meeny, miny, moe. Druid. Priest, Evoker, Druid. Sorry, Hunter, you got bumped. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that group's dead. Will I be checking out the new era of Neopets when that goes live? What if that's the new branch of Hazel content? You know. Wow. And then the Neopets channel. Druid has to win that. Yeah, I think because I like our Druid, and I'm playing it now in both PvE and PvP, albeit on different characters. Yeah, in terms of hours played, characters currently alive. I have not tried augmentation. I don't really plan to. I like healing too much. I think in PvE, I either want to be healing or I want to be damaging properly. I wrote myself a flowchart. I wrote myself a document in my notebook about my cooldown priority for Shadow Priest because I kept panicking when I was doing Shadow Priest keys and like when I was in the Mega Dungeon in my ult. I was like, I want to do more damage. I don't really understand how. All my cooldowns come up at once and I'm supposed to use them all on cooldown. So I was like looking up the guide and turning on the different talent choices and being like, okay, this one first and then this one and then this one and then this one. And trying to just learn the priorities. So if I'm going to be doing DPS and I want to be a Shadow Priest, I guess I should keep an eye on this. Karokta. Someone who didn't know Neopets was a thing. Please do make it a content thing. I never made Neopets content, but I did play a great deal of Neopets as a child. That was like my thing from ages, I don't know, probably like 9 to 14. Use a rotation helper app? If it flashes in my bar, press it. Neopets raised me. Used to be obsessed. I was so into it. And it was so brutal too because it was a refresh webpage based game, right? So everything involved reloading web pages. And I grew up in a very rural area with very bad internet and using a very old computer. So sometimes page loads would take like 30 seconds, 45 seconds, 60 seconds each. And when every single thing that you do involves a page load, I am in holy. That is true. I am in holy. I figure I can do enough damage for Karokta. It's just rare. Maybe somebody will need me to heal. When everything requires a page load, sometimes that's a lot of suspense. Why aren't you taking the quest? I'm kind of curious. I mean, sometimes I do. Sometimes I get annoyed and I just pick it up, but I don't need it, I guess, is my reasoning. Basically lived in Gaia Online in high school. Gaia was my phase after Neopets, but I didn't live there for very long. I feel like I had an unsavory experience with somebody and then stopped using it, but I don't really remember the details. Yeah, if we pick up Harold Flaps' quest on every character, then Harold Flaps wins. Okay. One mount. Yeah. Although. Yeah. I'll wear that belt. Hi. You leaving? Thank you. Was Gaia Online the one where you went around cleaning the world? I don't remember much of anything about it. I remember mostly, kitty cat. I remember mostly the avatars. I remember what the avatars looked like, but that's about it. I've seen the mountain drop for other people. It certainly has yet to drop for me. It's okay, Night Flame. Night Flame will be the chosen one. Mostly foreign-based, yeah. Drake manuscripts is a task. I have a feeling that I'm not going to get to Drake manuscripts. I think it fits. Like I'll get them if they're in my way, but I think it's kind of in the same category as soul shapes were for me, where, you know, if they happen to me, then that's neat, and if they don't, then never mind. Too many other things. Too many other things that I want to get. How's it going? Hi, Plumpy Owl. It's going good. How are you doing? Hi. You stayed. You're so snuggly today. I swear she has a talent for figuring out whenever I'm looking at shelter listings of dogs. She like sniffs it out and then she comes to find me and then she sits on my lap like, hey, I'm right here. Am I not enough for you? Request Kitty gets forehead kisses. She will at some point. She's on her way somewhere. You got places to be? Oh, careful. Here, do you want a lift? I can help you. Whoa. Be kind to your hips. You're getting older. I need to build and/or purchase and/or source a ramp so that she doesn't have to jump off of my bed, because she is getting older, and I don't want to damage her joints any more than they might already be if I can avoid it. But I have a feeling that what I'm going to do is I'm going to get and/or build and/or source a ramp, and it's going to end up being kind of expensive. And then she's not going to use it because she's not going to see it. She's going to be like, well, this thing's in my way. I'm not used to getting up like this and/or down. And she's just going to not want to use it because she can't see the thing. Sometimes I know she's blind and I love her very much, and I just want her to like not be blind because it would make her life so much easier. I did put up a bunch of more. I went and found some more spots to put big foam buffers up. I put one on the inside of my front door because I've come to accept that she's always going to be there when I open the door. Yeah, maybe I get her a crash mat, jump off and land on it. Oh, I see. Yeah, I could get her a big rug. Get a disc brace for it. They know all about the ramps. Airport lane lights for the ramp. Use treats. Take time, but it could make it easier for her. Took a while for our dog to get used to his stairs, but he's not blind. No. Yeah, I bet she could get used to it. I would just need to maybe walk her up it with treats, maybe. I think it would have to be a ramp and not stairs. My bed's also, like, weirdly tall. I have a very tall bed. It's tall enough that that one time that I fell off it, I hurt myself pretty good. Which is kind of embarrassing at my age. Zionor, thank you for the 19-month resub. Demo Lock, I heard you need a ramp. Is this a gnome with my favorite hair? It is a gnome with my favorite hair. Their name is Squeaky. There's a Karokta group up if anybody else wants in. You need those sidebars like hospital beds. I have a little step next to my bed for little people. I usually just like to make sure there's enough people around that, I mean, I'm sure we can take it. Oh no, we're delisted. All right. Can I just sit in this? We'll find out. Yeah, I can just sit in that. Subbed earlier today. Don't think Hazel saw it right before stream started. Oh, hang on. Let me find it. Let me find it. I can scroll. Sagana, there it is, with a 33-month resub. Time is money, friend. Sure is. Take some of mine for Hazel's dream house. Thank you very, very, very much. Tanks can sit in everything. Apparently. I'm not really used to this level of freedom. Also, I don't think I have aggro. Maybe I do. I don't have Plater turned on in this character. That's kind of peculiar. Karokta, if you could pretty please give me a mount. Is my Breeze Spider farm going to be basically like this? Just like a nice safe place to park a bunch of characters and then joining group finder groups? Because this I can live with. I think Breeze Spider doesn't spawn as often. I see Karokta groups up a heck of a lot more than Breeze Spider. Just thankful everything we're leveling. I got the cloak again. I have one on already. Thank you. That's it for Night Flame. Love how smooth your frame rates are. Nice to watch. Streams keeping me in a good mood while at work. Hope you have a good day at work. Breeze Spider can't form groups very well. Not a silver elite, so the max tag is 5 people. Okay. Stuck in Revendreth for 45 minutes trying to get the enticing anima to drop so I can not get them out from the World Gorger. Oh, I'm so sorry. I remember that one. Yeah, custom group listings will not be cross-faction. It would need to be like a dungeon or raid group. People do form groups, you have to be fast as the first 5. Okay. Alrighty. Petal Bloom, it's your turn. She's also in healer spec. Karokta. I'm so pleased with how often these groups are. I remember, I might knock on wood. I might be jinxing it by saying that, but I remember farming those Shadowlands, particularly the Maldraxxus rares in Shadowlands, and waiting like 20 plus minutes sometimes for a group up for like Warbringer, Malkarak, or whatever. We had to farm this for a while. I guess I should try and make sure that I have rarity on. Petal Bloom has nothing on it, looks like. Basically nothing. Rarity? Maybe Plater. Might be nice. I never did figure out what these groups are. They're farming something. I don't know what that means though. Diablo 4 has over 10 million players last quarter. Seems like a pretty big deal. Most of the people I know that were playing D4 are kind of filtering back out of it now though. Or at least out until the seasons start. It seems like people had like a ton of fun on launch. And they're all kind of evaluating their relationship with the endgame content and deciding, oh, I don't even have herb. Why would it show me this herb when I don't? Oh, I probably have herbalism, but just not Dragon Isle's herbalism. Oh, whoopsie daisy. Season starts tomorrow? Oh. Have you noticed the name of Karokta is different in the mount journal? Send a ticket? Yeah, that's just a typo. It is different. Sometimes they do that. That's a pretty egregious example. But yeah, I don't think they're gonna change it now. It's one of those things that if they don't get to it by this point, they're probably not gonna. Such a backlog of games, just end up playing WoW. You do like finding typos. I love finding typos. That's like probably half or more of the reports that I submit on betas whenever I'm beta testing are about typos. It's my favorite thing to do. That's why you want me to test your game, right? To be a copywriter? Cyclone? Heart of the Wild? Ursine Vigor? I don't know. I don't really know what this character's for. Petal Bloom was for getting High Mountain Tauren Heritage Armor, and now Petal Bloom is for farming Karokta, so I don't really have a plan beyond that. I have not got the new Nax mount. I am somewhat more friendly to the idea of working on it, but I'm still not planning on starting it anytime soon. I did not get the achievement for the book yet. No, I submitted my bug report, and then my plan is just to hope that they hotfix that, and then pray that the hotfix is retroactive, and otherwise just keep looking to hope that I get another one. I don't know. 25% of my job is submitting tickets to our designers to fix typos. I love it. As long as you provide feedback for free, don't expect it to make an impact. Yeah, most of those typos don't get fixed either. Sometimes they do. Early dungeon journals. I have a feeling that when they're putting together instances, they put the first copy of dungeon journals together real fast and loose, because early dungeon journals are rife with typos, and they do get fixed up. Not usually to perfection, but they do usually get fixed up to a reasonable degree of correctness. What is this character for? What is your purpose? I mean, she looks cute in the heritage armor. That's a purpose. I don't know if I knew that High Mountain Taurens hold their hands fully over their head. Put them up in the air like they don't care when they're casting. I don't know if I knew this. She could be your boomkin. She could be a boomkin. I'm famously really fond of boomkin. It's definitely a spec that I am well known for having great levels of enjoyment from. Better than wondering what she's for. Maybe she'll be Mistress Rustfeather. Keep trying to like my Druid Boomkin, but just can't. May just do Resto. I love Resto. I'm really curious to see what it feels like in keys. And how that compares to PvP. Because I feel like they're going to be sort of similar in that the group sizes are similar, but it's like a totally different kind of... I don't know. We'll see. Any emails? Nope, not that time. Thank you. Resto, fun in keys, less in raids. It seems so strong in raid, though. Maybe it's just boring. Maybe it's just like a lot of hotting people, but it seems so effective, like really powerful. My Resto Druid friend bursts crazy HPS on the first phase of Sarkareth. It's real good. I think the High Mountain Boomkin form is kind of like a normal Boomkin, but with moose horns. I'm not 1000% sure on that point. This hunter's Maga needs a little help. Oh, what was she wearing before? Oh yeah, that's an alright set. I kind of want to put her back in this. Have her wear some purple. Are those the right boots? They are some boots. They're right in some ways. She's a troll. She barely wears boots anyways. Oh, that's funny. The slippers actually do show up on troll feet. Gift card daughter, thank you for the 31-month resub. I like clicking Tranquility and Raid and watching the charts explode. Person after my own heart. Favorite set of mine is the Hunter Mage Tower set. Oh yeah, Hunter Mage Tower. Hunter Mage Tower. Centaur Regalia. Rapier Battle Gear. What did they wear again? It's like back some. Not Trial of Valor, not Nighthold. This one, Wildstalker armor. She looks crazy. She's got an eyeball on her head. Cool bows. I'm just basically putting her in purple. But like a more reddish purple than that. Or maybe she'll just wear her Bermuda shorts and no pants. Or no shoes at all. Wendigo slippers! I swear I used to have like some scale boots that matched. Yeah, there we go. Some of these. And then the gloves. Probably some matching purple scale. Or something. Yeah! One of these. Let's do that. It's a set. She's wearing something. Pre-made, custom, find a group. Any Karokta? I probably missed a Karokta while I was doing that. Oh yeah. Well, that one's a little older. 5 minutes, 4 minutes. I guess if they're still inviting people. There's a Karokta group listed. Oh. Didn't know what Xandatrol Boomkin looked like. It's wild. It's so much different than the silhouette of the other ones that I'm that I want. It makes me want them to do more interesting things with their Boomkin forms for other races. I want like more Boomkin form glyphs. Searing Stompers do too. Might not even be worth it to fix typos. Yeah, that's fair. Especially if the meaning is still gotten across. It's one of those things. Alright, Karokta. 1 minute, please. What reward did you buy first? I bought the Hourglass offhand, and now I'm kind of not buying anything else because what if it drops? What if it drops for me? I got the Transmog set to drop. The entire set dropped off the last boss this morning. One of them. For the male armor set. I love the Searing Stompers paired with black tuxedo pants. Looks like wearing leggings and Uggs. Got most of the Druid tier set for Lafar and normal. Nice. I'm collecting the PvP colors of it on my Druid. It's one of the prettiest sets that I think they've done in a long time. Not bad time. Let's see, 10:43. I am going to take a short break, but then we have more Karokta characters to do, and I also mustn't leave without doing Wealth Daycare today, so I'll be right back. Okay. I'm back. How many characters do we have left for Karokta? I think the answer is many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more. Got a chance. Ooh, I miss Ripsy's heritage armor, but I kind of love her in this, what is that, Primalist gear? It's like she really wants to be intimidating, so she put a skull on her tiny little gnome head. Next transmog ask is to have different appearances savable to each talent build. Oh. Okay. Where? Oh, there's a large fish. I want pre-made, custom, find a group, Karokta, war mode off. Yeah. And then I guess I want poisons? Yeah. Sure. Yeah, I can leave Ripsy at this item level. Sometimes Karokta drops gear, and sometimes my ults need it. Sometimes it comes in real handy. Oh, that one's all gone. It's over. We need a new one. Karokta. 17 seconds ago. Let me at it. It's gonna be kind of sunny and warm today. And in the springtime, the sunny days were days where I had a really hard time staying inside and I just wanted to go out and go to parks and go to the beach and walk all over the place. And now it's kind of getting hot. And when the sky is super clear, the sun just kind of feels like it's actively cooking you, even through sunscreen and stuff. That I'm starting to feel the vibe of maybe stay inside during the daytime. Go for, go walk in the evening or something. It's too hot out. No one needs to be getting that sweaty. Primalist gear from the Forbidden Reach can be turned into tier for free now. Great way to get Mog. Yeah, I'm sure I could probably take some of these characters. I could also get them just like, tier bonuses. I know it's from last tier, but it's level 368 characters probably could use it. Crispy. Early morning. Yeah. I had like 2 weeks of getting up early and being like, I'm a morning person now. I've changed. A little bit of a phase. Anytime I do anything for like 3 days running, I'm convinced that that's the first 3 days of the rest of my life. I have no capacity to understand that sometimes I just do things in bursts, despite the fact that I always do things in bursts. Okay. Any meows? Diddle-a-doo. Nah. I got a sword. Heat index here, like at 110. Outside is bad. Aircon FTW. Oh, that's so hot. Trying to get the greens from the rares here. Drop rate's abysmal. Only a single surveyor's piece is dropped. Oh! Are they BOE? Oh, they're BOP. Oh, I see. Get up at noon, stay up till like 3 a.m. No advantage to doing well to take care of more than one character. Not as far as I can see, no. It seems like it's, like you may as well just do it on the main. Well, this time it's different. I know, right? I'm like, I can't pick a thing. I need to either A, decide to sleep whenever my body feels like it needs it, and then just work and focus when I get natural wakefulness and not worry too much about what time of day it is. Or B, decide that certain hours are never for working and don't even worry about it until daytime, but then you have to sleep at night and you have to be awake during the day. Either one of those ways is fine. You can either have, hard cutoff times for you never work past blank hours in the day, and you want to get blank hours in, so you got to start by this time. Or you can be like, well, I'm just going to take a nap because I'm tired, but then I will work, for 4 hours in the middle of the night. Either one is fine, but you gotta do it. You can't have it both ways. And I think that was my problem, is I try and have it both ways. I'll be like, well, I'm sleepy. It is nap time. I am tired. And then I'll wake up and I'll be like, well, I can't work now. It's like 11 o'clock. It's nighttime. It's time to read a book. Am I still derailed from the Mega Dungeon escapade last week? Am I still derailed from the Mega Dungeon escapade? I don't know. Was I derailed? Was I ever whoa, that's a... We're going to abort that sentence. Was I ever truly on the rails? No, that's not good either. Never mind. Is Karokta up? I need to change the subject. Oh, man. More productive at night anyway. Good thing I'm too broke to work normal jobs anymore. Yeah, I'm both productive at night and also like squishy and self-indulgent, and I don't want to work when it's dark out. So I gotta just pick one or the other and commit to it. Ideally go to sleep as soon as I get home, but that causes other problems. We hear nothing and submit no judgment. Hazel the tank engine. Choo-choo. Yeah, we're rolling down the tracks. We're on some kind of tracks. Well, I'm getting somewhere. I saw the most beautiful yard on a house that I could almost afford if I saved for an extra year. And it had like a chicken coop already, and it had a big fence, and it had like these fruit trees and these veggie beds, and then it had like a deck where you could put your big chair for reading, and it had like this big window that looked over all that backyard so you could see it all from like your inside your house, and it had like weird strange tiles indoors, but I kind of love them. Plan on seeing Dune? Eventually, yes. I probably not in the short term though. I'm still not really watching any TV shows or movies, and I'm kind of scared to start doing it again, because if I'm not being productive now, I'm certainly not going to be productive again if I reintroduce that. No, I haven't seen Barbie either. Well, I guess it hasn't come out yet. I thought about maybe going to the movies to go see it, and now I'm kind of on the fence about it. I can't even commit to taking a week off. I want to just commit to like a week off and then take that week off and plan it like a little ways in advance so I can like book a place to go stay if I'm going to like go somewhere. But the problem is that I'm going to be like, I'm taking blank week in September or blank week in August off. And then that's when they're going to announce raid testing. But like after I've already like paid for a Airbnb or whatever. I just know it. And things fill up so fast that I kind of have to book in advance if I want to go anywhere. If I want to have a staycation, I can do that just fine. So excited for Barbie. I liked the tone of the first one. Stream the next day, had to stop early. Is that still reverberating, or are you recovered from that? I feel like there were other issues on that day. It was not just the mega dungeon. There were other factors that were combining to make that day a bit of a disaster. Where am I? Ah, there it is. I am Barbie curious. Alice79, thank you very much for the 34-month resub. I'm not planning to go to BlizzCon. Barnacles, what spec are you? You are Guardian spec? Yeah, you're Guardian spec. Yeah. I'm almost ready for a new fantasy series to read. I'm on the 3rd book of the original Mistborn trilogy. And I understand there are more books, but I think after this one I'm going to try a different author. I like Sanderson just fine, but I want to try someone else. I want something more... I don't know. I want to try someone else. I have not read Temeraire. I have not. They've been recommended before. Let me look this up. I'm looking at this. Oh, it's Naomi Novik novels. I've read some of her books as well. I read the Uprooted and Spinning Silver and the first book of the Graduate series. How are you with young adult? Not so much. I like them all right, but it's not really what I'm looking for right now. I want something meaty. I want like a big, thick, wordy, richly textured fantasy series. I've been spoiled because I've read a lot of like the greats recently. I read the 6 Dune novels that were by Frank Herbert. I read all of the Wheel of Time novels. So I read all the Robert Jordan Wheel of Time novels. I've read The Song of Ice and Fire once more times than I can probably reasonably recount. I want something... I don't want any more Sanderson. I just read Mistborn. It's fine, but it's not what I'm looking for. Yeah, God Emperor of Dune was my favorite one. It was the best one. Count of Monte Cristo, you would get a kick out of that. Isn't that, like, very old? Let me see. Not that that's a problem, but I'm just curious. Count of Monte Cristo. 2002 film. Is an adventure novel written by French author Alexandre Dumas. Completed in 1844. That is old. Not necessarily a problem. Is this fantasy? It looks like it's about a pirate. I have not tried Hyperion either. Can I just pull this? Is anyone else joining? We have a Karokta group up. War mode off. Anybody? Hello? Barnacles is only at a level 330. I don't think he should pull it by himself. Yeah, I've read the Song of Ice and Fire novels. I've read them a number of times. I might need to do a reread of Lord of the Rings. I haven't read that one in quite a few years, and I think it might be time. That can't be too bad. It just bums me out. It's not a very happy story. I dislike it because at the beginning, especially at the beginning of The Hobbit, everything's great. You know, they're having lunch, they're having dinner, they're having a party. They're all happy, and like I know it won't last forever because of, you know, like evil and whatever, but like it starts out so lovely, and then they have to go places and their feet get sore and they get sleepy and they get rained on and they get hungry, and that doesn't sound very nice. Always time for Lord of the Rings. Did you know that the currently latest MTG expansion, yeah, people mentioned that. Wife says to tell you to read Name of the Rose by Patrick Rothfuss. Name of the Wind. Name of the Wind. Is it fantasy? Patrick Rothfuss. I've heard of that before, but I haven't read it. Let me see. He has a big beard. American author. Best known for Kingkiller. Oh yeah, people have told me to read Kingkiller. Debut novel Name of the Wind. Influenced by R.R. Martin, Tolkien, more. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds promising. Here, I'll write that down. I still have like half of the last Mistborn book to do, but I'm burning through them pretty quick. Cause yeah, if I like Name of the Wind, then maybe I'll try Kingkiller. Oh, we're doing a poll timer for Karokta. This is serious business. Oh man. There we go. Barnacles, the level 333 bear, reporting for duty. Working on the third one for a while, which is why I'm waiting. Pulling a Martin. Oh, man. Hey, welcome back. Hello. Hi. Excellent ending for this expansion. What would you like to have happen? I don't think I'm qualified to have an opinion because I follow the story with only the barest of attention. I more or less have no idea what's going on. It's never been a part of the game that I've super invested in, really. Hi. I don't really have any investment or stake in the story. I don't really mind where we go. I just want dungeons and raids to do with my friends and things to collect. And you know, reps to farm. I like reps. Banger raid, good mythic plus dungeon, things to collect, yeah. Alts to level, new customizations, endless customizations, races, stuff to do. It's more my forte. Chonky books, bit of material to sink your proverbial teeth into. That's good. That's what I'm looking for. I was reading, I took a foray into John Scalzi novels. I was reading Old Man's War, and those were good. I liked them a lot, but they were over like immediately. They were, I think since putting my television away, I have been reading in larger quantities, and it means that I kind of burn through books pretty quick. World of Warcraft, The Legend of Barnacles. These are the bias I will die on that though. Want to see dragon riding everywhere? Drag Hero from other classes. I'm looking forward to when they let us dragon ride in more mounts. I hope they eventually find ways to do it on almost all of them. I don't mind if they look funny. be a twist if you started reading the WoW books. I've read a few of them. They're just not really my favorite. They're just not really my jam. They're all right. They're fine. They're readable. I'm just spoiled. I'm spoiled and I'm very easily, I'm kind of picky, I think, with books. Because if you're going to sit down, it's more energy to sit down and invest in reading a book. So you want it to be like, you want it to really speak to you. You want it to really grab you. So if you find things that are taking you out of it, it just starts to feel like you're wasting your energy. There's also a lot of WoW lore books. Time for me to prep for raid with a new build. Big damage. Have fun. Thank you. Have to be in the mood. Oh yeah, look at this guy. He's ready. He's ready to get him out. I haven't done any of the new Warlock quests or anything. I still have my basic old Pazam. Pazam is his name, and imping is his game. Karokta. That imp is as big as he's ready for BlizzCon. Can drop at any level. 61s and over. More character attempts than I thought. Nice. I'm hoping that I'll just get lucky and just get them out. Because then I can move these guys out to maybe Breezebiter. Although I don't know if I'm realistically going to get like 17 Breezebiter attempts in a week. Do you think Boy would go to BlizzCon? Oh yeah, Boy seems like the kind of guy that would have guildies that go to BlizzCon every year, and then he would also have like friends from Discord and friends from Twitter, and he would go to the bar crawl, and he would go to the parties, and he would like not sleep for like 36 hours. Boy would go to BlizzCon and he would party hard. He would barely make it to BlizzCon itself. Like the actual panels and esports, he would maybe like take a look, but for the most part, Boy is going there to party. My rude Discord? Did my Discord make a sound? I didn't hear it, but that doesn't mean it didn't do it. It did. Oh. I should put on streamer mode again. Oh yeah, that's not anything. Streamer mode. Oh, you know why streamer mode's not activating? It's because it only auto detects OBS and XSplit. And I stream using Twitch Studio. I switched to Twitch Studio like months ago because Windows 10 wasn't playing very nicely with OBS, and because I didn't want to roll back my Windows 10. And I've just stuck with it because it's been working. Maybe. 11? Sure, yeah. Whatever the new one is. The one with my window snapping that I like so much. What field of work do you have? Content creation. Twitch and YouTube. Nice. Do you think we'll get a new Mage Tower next patch? No. Are there rumors about that? I would be very surprised to see them do another one this soon. That would be out of left field for me. Hi. Have you seen? Have you seen? I mean, I know you've seen. Oh, we pulled. New class, weapons, and mocks. Oh, interesting, interesting. I really should get an alt of every class just for the sake of collecting Mog. I know it seems a little silly to collect Mog in a class that you don't play, because you don't play it, so you don't need that Mog, but like, you know, it would be good for my all the things score. I need to get Wormbin the Death Knight leveled up. I'm missing currently a Death Knight and a Monk. Is that it? Because I leveled a paladin and I leveled a demon hunter, which I was previously missing. So I need a Death Knight, a monk, and a mage. That's right, a Death Knight, a monk, and a mage. I forgot I didn't have a mage anymore. It's a thing to collect, yeah. Yeah, it is true. I was thinking of having characters of all of the races that have the big profession bonuses. Like having a jewel crafting Draenei and like a blacksmithing Lightforged and, you know. Seems kind of cool. Colors fit for summer. Poor Mushroom Grandpa's gonna miss that mage. He never has to know. Any luck? Nope. Okie dokie. I'm gonna get a Drake's Crest on these guys one fragment at a time. Alrighty. Don't have a DK because I hate having to go to the Runeforge, but I just realized I could get the heirlooms fully upgrade. Crinkly your warrior. I have a little Worgen warrior that's level 12 that I've been on the fence about leveling. I think if I was going to level another warrior, I would want to level as Arms or Prot. Just basically not Fury, because Crinkle's very much a Fury warrior. DK's my least favorite class so far. Yeah, because I have my Evoker. I have 4 Druids. I have 4 Druids. This is one of them. I have 3 priests, all at 70. So I've got an undead priest, a gnome priest, and a human priest. I like priests. I got my 1 shaman, I got 2 hunters, I got 1 rogue, I got 1 lock, 1 demon hunter, 1 paladin now. But yeah, I would need to... This is that Worgen warrior. Oh yeah, here's my Death Knight. His name is Wormbin. And one day it'll be time to level him. Maybe I'll make a mage called Squidgy. He composts. He does. He's very much about circular giving back. When he kills you, he's just giving you back to the Earth Mother. He's technically, he's a new age Death Knight. He composts. We did Honey Plum, so it's time for Aerith. I have to take her to Zerla Caverns. Gonna take a nap later, Hazel. Have a wonderful nap. I got the name Tiny recently. I couldn't believe it. I have a friend that got, Ben, actually, if you guys know Ben, he got the name Augmentation for his Evoker. So he has Augmentation, the Augmentation Evoker on the server. Okay, Zerla Caverns. See if I can actually remember where the Karokta spawn is. I always get lost looking for it. We had a druid named Matt in my guild, baffled how he got it. Every once in a while, they reset, like they release old inactive names. That's how I got Boy. It was like after an expansion pre-patch, and they had released some old names, and I just happened to notice that that one was available. You'd be surprised at the names that you can get. Got the name Bonnie Boo, my warlock. Oh, that's so cute. Augmentation squared. Augmentation the Blood Death Knight, right? Do you think that we're going to get a wave of people naming their characters things like Augment Me? I guess we don't really have that many people running around that are called PI Me, please. Although, missed opportunity. Whenever a new X-Pack hits, it's a good time to try names. Yeah, Augie's kind of cute. Punny names. Do I want to turn this in? Nah. I have not been doing sniff and seeks. I've actually been deleting dig maps as I get them so that they don't plague my mailbox. And I don't know whether or not I should be doing them. I don't know if there's anything else that I need that comes from sniff and seeks, I guess. I mean, maybe bowlers? I should figure that out to see if I should at least be doing them on my main, because I've, like, for sure not really been sniff and seeking. Oh, it's just up. Sometimes Karokta's just up. People are already fighting it. Yeah, boulders. Missing 20 digs to get it. What a sweet cat. There's a meta for Sniff and Seek which gives a title. I'm looking for it. Do you know what it's called? Oh, a Niffin's Best Buddy. Sniffin' Seeker. Oh, maybe I do want... I mean, I think I decided not to do field researcher because these looked awful. Sniff and Seeker. Complete 50. Sniff and Sage, which I have. And then complete the Ouroboros tablet. Okay, so I would just have to just keep doing them and I would eventually get that done. Grats in the mouth that's about to drop. Oh, I thank you in advance. Yeah, I'm not really too worried about Shadow Flame Splinters anymore. I've kind of crafted the stuff that I feel like I'm gonna. I'm too cheap to spend any more gold on crafting things. Kitty, wish me luck, okay? Thank you. Hello. Any luck? No. Got a belt. Gold one makes a jingling coin sound effect on summon. Oh, cool. Yeah, I saw somebody actually joined a freehold pug that I was doing. It was a Mythic Plus run, and it was right when 10.1 had just come out. And they had the Gold Treasure Whiskers pet. And at that point, I had never seen any hunter pets of that model at all, let alone the gold one. And I thought, I'm in love. So I told them that their pet was really cute. I'm a little bit shy, so sometimes I would think about complimenting something and then I'm like, oh, I don't want to bother them. But that pet was so cute that I had to say something. Thank you, Arkilla. Also, Born of the Northern Sea, thank you for the bits. Hazel, your hair looks amazing. Forgive my ancient reference, but you're rocking the Annie Lennox look very well. Oh, thank you. You are what? Shy. I am on Inksy the Insane. Inksy. If I was really serious about gold making, what I would want to probably do would be look into, I think I have, Inksy needs to do, she has like Chronocloth and Azurweight bolts that she could make. And her tailoring gear is pretty good, and her tailoring skill is capped out. Let me turn on Craft Sim for her and see if she's missing any specialization points that would help with those. Probably. Let's give her Craft Sim and Auctionator. And I'll check Rarity while I'm at it. Yeah, Rarity's on. Turn on Plater. Looks nice, miss your curls. The curls were very, I liked the curls, but they were so much, they were very difficult to manage and maintain. And once you've had it really short, it's kind of hard to think about going back. Spent so much gold to start a tailor / enchanter, but new professions are so fun. If you get tired of this color, you just buzz. Exactly, right? I was thinking if I try this and I don't like this one, I can just give it like 2 weeks, buzz it again, and either just like leave it brown or try a different color. Especially when it's summertime, you know. It's nice having it this short when it's hot out. Mo, I should say. Yeah, Mastery crit on my Healing Evoker, generally. Got some kitty purrs going on. Easier to blow and straighten it than look after the curls. It was approximately the same amount of pain in the butt for both of them. Both of them were expensive and fussy and difficult and did not last beyond a high humidity day. Even for Mythic Plus. For Mythic Plus, haste is more important, but I just basically wear the same stuff, especially this season where there's quite high healing requirements in some of the dungeons. I don't mind being in my healing central stuff. Kitty Cat is going on 9 this year. Get my undercut mode again. I just like dealing with hair in absurd humidity. Yeah, it's nice being short sometimes. Summer makes me want to shave it all off. I have siblings. My big sister lives fairly close to me, and she's had a child in the last. I guess it wasn't that recently. I guess my nephew is like 1.5 now. He's still baby, but he's a big baby. I went and visited on Sunday, and I'm in. He wanted me to pick him up and read a story to him, and I was extremely flattered because I see him pretty often because I live pretty close by, but not as often as, like, you know, my mom does or his parents. So he was still not super sure about me yet, especially he wasn't super sure about me yet, but he wanted up. It was very cute. Goes fast how the way ones grow. Especially this one. He's the only baby I know, so I have no other benchmark by which to measure babies. But I think he's a very big baby. I think that if you told me he was 3, I would believe you. And he is 1.5. He's either getting his growth spurt real early or he's gonna be a tall boy. Alright, this looks like the Karokta spawn point. Karokta, remote off. Yes, please. Gonna be like 9 foot tall, right? My griffin for your wolf. Griffin for wolf. I wonder if those groups will actually, like, show to cross-faction people. Your family runs tall. I have some heighty people in my ancestry on both sides. So there's definitely some tall genes going on with that kid. Got my griffin and horde today. Is it the only griffin mountain horde side? I think it is. Maybe. Yeah, I can't think of any. You are tall enough to have a bed, high enough to hurt yourself when you fall out. I think that my thinking is that my next time I purchase a bed, I should get a lower bed so that it's easier for kitties to get into and out of it, and also so that it's less dangerous for me to fall out of it. But I guess I could also consider being forward-thinking, because, what's the other consideration? Isn't it tougher to get into and out of low beds as you get older? Like harder on your knees or your back, or just harder? Because, I mean, I know that I'm 30 right now. I'm going to be 31 in the fall. But, you know, beds are something that you can keep for, like, forever. You know, a bed frame, assuming that you don't burn it down, is realistically just going to exist. High beds are rougher for me. Just line your bedroom floor with bubble wrap. I just replaced the flooring with a big, you know, high school gym style crash mat. Slept with my mattress on the floor, and in bed, let me tell you, the lower you sleep, the more getting up sucks. I had my mattress on the floor in my last place for a while, and it was definitely a project getting up. I had bad dreams about bugs in my closet. I don't really have time for this today, but part of me wants to take everything out of my office closet and then really vacuum to the very back corners and clean the whole thing, because I had dreams that there were a lot of bugs in there, and it was really scary because there was too many and they were really big. And the reasoning was that in the dream I had put some fishing and/or pond maintenance equipment in there that had, like, eggs from, like, the outdoors, and they had hatched in my closet. I also dreamed that a spooky woman broke into my place, and I had to threaten her with one of those moisture meters that has the spike on it, and then she was like, "Oh no, I was just trying to rob you. I wasn't trying to kill you." And I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Please leave. I have a moisture meter." And that was scary too. Alright. No luck with that. Why do you do this to yourself? Have bad dreams? I don't think that I do it to myself. I think that they happen to me. The cheese pit foam. Oh man. A trundle bed. The bed underneath served solely to catch me when I fell off top. I missed that bed. Oh, I don't know if I can handle your dreams. I don't have scary ones super often. I would say maybe once every second month I'll have a dream that, like, wakes me up and I'm like, scary. And then I'll be too scared to get out of bed. Like, usually I'll wake up and I'll be like, okay, I need to get up and, like, get some water. But I'm too scared right now. I need to wait until I've woken further and reassured myself that this is just a dream and that there aren't really bugs. And the problem with the bugs one is I was like, what if I get up and there are bugs? I was in such a twitchy mood that, like, a spider would have upset me. I guess I can go to Karokta on this character. I can just bring her back here. I have the Dead Mines pet dungeon port, so it's not that hard for me to get back out to the Dead Mines. Thanks, Data Bob. It's not that they're too scary, they're just too wild. My dreams are of me playing WoW or getting food. I don't think I've ever had sleep paralysis, no. I've had, I don't want to say night terrors, but like something akin to that before, but not super crazy often. Not so much these days. I'm going to caverns to go try for Karokta. That's right. One of these is a dragon riding map. Happened to be an RL. Opened an odd bag in a deep corner of the pantry to find it was old food covered in flying bugs. Oh! No thank you. I'm also tempted to take everything out of my pantry and like reorganize and wipe the whole thing down because I have a fairly stocked pantry and I think I'm not really well acquainted with everything in the back corners of it. I think I'm like kind of repurchasing things that I still have extras of, like canned tomatoes and whatever. I did make a pasta sauce, like a tomato pasta sauce from scratch. Well, scratch-ish, using canned tomatoes, but like basically not a pre-jarred pasta sauce. And I did it for the first time, and it actually was pretty yummy. I liked it quite a bit. Although I used a big sweet onion because I didn't realize this, but I purchased those Walla Walla onions people were telling me about. And I'm just cooking with them like I do with normal onions because I have a lot of them and I need to eat them. Nancy, thank you for the brandy sub. Appreciate it. There are food moths, not great when you get them. We had to throw out everything. Oh, I wouldn't like that. Maybe I should do my cupboard sometime. Do you think we'll see another 12-month sub offer? They only have 6 months at the moment. I don't know. I feel like the 12-month was kind of controversial. They might just keep rolling 6-monthers. All right, Crinkle. This is your time. This is your destiny. This is your moment. Makes you want to can jar seal everything in there. I'd love to say that I'm safe because I have snap sealing containers for all of my staples, like my flour and my sugar and all of that. But I don't think I am safe because sometimes if the entire thing does not fit into that, then I'll just roll up the bag real tight and like tape it shut. And I betcha they could get in through there if they really wanted to. So I should probably take a look at stuff. I wouldn't lose the stuff in the snap containers, but I would probably, it's possible that I could lose the backup store. Just started leveling a Nightborn Mage. Every now and then get an itch to do all the Legion class hall stuff for the mounts. Since my friends left me for Diablo, not doing keys seems like a good time. That'll keep you busy for a while. I still haven't gotten around to doing that. Put the larger roll-up bags in Ziploc bags. They're pretty large bags. I have a habit of buying things in bulk. Doing correct to my characters today now that you've shown me that it's up. Yeah. I have so many flours. I was quite pleased yesterday when I was making bread because I was like, I don't know if I have enough bread flour. I have white bread flour, I have whole wheat bread flour, I have ground flax, I have flaxseed, I also have all-purpose flour. I'm set on the flour front. And I had a huge thing of yeast, so I was, even just to make a regular bread, I was all set. Garbage bags. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would probably work better. I don't know how to tell you this, but I think you have a flour problem. Yeah. I use them for things. You know, the bread flours are for making bread, and the bread flour is also for making pizza dough. And then the all-purpose flour is more for like your muffins and your cookies and your cakes and stuff. And then the flax is really just to make flax bread. I should just make the rest of that and then not buy it again because I bought way too much and I have not gone through it and it's getting a little bit stale. Oh, the flax seeds are so yummy though. I put flax seeds in the bread and I also put them on top of it. And they get all lovely and toasted in the oven. And I was just like picking them up with my finger and then like munching on them. But they all fell off the top of the bread because I didn't seal them on there. But then you kind of, I don't know if you're supposed to use like an egg wash or what. But I just kind of put them on the bread and they did not stick. I took the bread out of the pan and it was like, whew, flax seeds on my countertop. Egg wash? Yeah. I didn't want to do that. I never do egg wash. I'll be sitting there being like, well, A, I'm busy. And B, that egg is worth like 70 cents. How important is it to me that this thing looks shiny? And or that the flax seeds stick. I don't know if that 70 cents figure is correct, but it might not be far off. Yeah, eggs are pretty expensive, especially if you want to buy free range eggs, which are pretty important to me. You are looking at $8 plus a dozen. I think I usually pay $8. I pay less on sale, but $8 a dozen. The girl without, thank you very much for the 14-month stream. 14-month resub. So glad I caught a part of the stream today. Have to say, I love the pig. Thank you. However, I haven't done the math. Hang on. Calculator. I might be overstating this. So, $8 divided by 12. 66 cents per egg. Pardon me. Repeating, of course. There you go. I do choose to live on an island, but I resent the implication, which I don't think that there is, but I don't know. Sometimes I feel like it sounds like I just want to live on the island because I want to, like, bask in the sun and pick daisies. And it's true, I do enjoy doing those things. But, like, my whole family lives here. I think it's not... I would love it if they would all want to move somewhere cheaper than Victoria, BC. I would 100% go with them. But I would have to... If I wanted to move to somewhere cheap, I would have to leave behind my family. And I've discovered at this point in my life, after having lived away from them, that it's important to me to be close by. That you only get to live your life once, and you only get so much time with people. And I would rather live within visiting distance. And visiting distance is pretty close for me because I don't like to travel. I'm going up to here. You're not allowed to leave again. Are you like an English nerd? You like reading? I mean, I do like reading. Does that make me an English nerd? What's an English nerd? I don't think I'm particularly... I'm not like the grammar police. I am occasionally the spelling police, but I've learned to keep that on the inside. Yeah, you could use ground flax as an egg replacement. I don't know if it would work for the egg wash, though. Where do you leave your dough to prove? Yesterday, I left it in here because this office was the warmest room in the apartment because I was crafting while I was baking my bread. So my alchemist is sitting in Veldrak and cranking out like Omnium Draconis or Potions of Power or whatever. And it's like heating up the room. And I'm like, this is a wonderful temperature to prove my bread. Got as close to my family as I could afford. Same state, still an hour away. It was awful. Heated proofing blocks. Very helpful here in Ireland. Oh, yeah, yeah. I was, for fun, while I'm looking at real estate listings, sometimes I like to look at places that are cheaper to be like, wow, if I moved to so-and-so place, I could buy a house for so-and-so amount of money. It's just funny to look at because there are places that are so much cheaper than here. And then you get to find out why. It's like, wow, they have horrific winters, or that town is collapsing because the major employer went under and now everybody's leaving and nobody can find work or run any of the infrastructure. I mean, it's not super funny. It's probably awful if you live there, but I was looking online. I'm like, how come I can afford a nice house in Fort Nelson, like without a mortgage? That's weird, right? And I was like looking into it. It's like, oh, it's because the town's basically collapsing. That would be why. They were advising pregnant residents to leave to have their babies because the last remaining hospital did not have anybody qualified to deliver children. But people were having a hard time leaving because the bus service had like closed down and the train had closed down and the airport had cut their flights like dramatically. And it was like, there's a reason that those places are affordable. Everybody's just getting out of there because there's basically nothing left. It's also like pretty far north in BC, kind of coming up on the Yukon, so their weather is going to be kind of dramatic. There are places that aren't collapsing that are cheaper, but they are extremely far from here. And I think at that point, it's not for me. What am I doing? I'm going to go kill Karokta. That's right. Karokta. This fish makes the most bananas noises, and I can't unhear it now. Karokta this way? I always forget. I lose it. I know what it looks like from one angle. Yeah. When I see it from this side, I'm like, yeah, that's where Karokta spawns. But if I don't look at it from that side, I get totally lost. Is there a way to get rid of the rare icons on the map? I don't think the default ones, no. You could, if you're using add-ons that are doing it, then you can certainly turn that off, but it sounds like a Murloc that knows how to sing. It sounds like a human that has been cursed to be like a fish logo for a ramen restaurant and is trying desperately to request help, and all they can say is, me, 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 me. Half off noodle bowls on Thursdays. There's like just a hint of desperation in it. Anyways. I would like to roast you for your navigation skills, but I did take a wrong turn yesterday 5 times or whatever. No legs to stand on. I fully accept. I am just as much of a disaster navigating in real life, especially if it's somewhere that, I mean, I guess I have been here a number of times, but I am extremely fortunate that I live in the era of Google Maps, because without them I would have, I mean, I guess without them I would probably learn where things are. They are probably part of why I don't know where anything is because I've learned to rely on the tool, but at least the tool gets me to where I'm going without getting horrifically lost. Time traveling fish. Getting lost frequently back in the day of yield maps. The thing I like now that I'm driving about having Google Maps is if I get to a direction and I can't make it, like they want me to turn left, but that lane is blocked off by construction, or that, you know, for whatever reason it's just not going to happen and I miss a direction, I like that it will reroute me and then be like, that's okay, we're going to take this way instead, and it doesn't matter how many directions I miss, there will always be a new plan, and it makes me less stressed about missing directions. And mind you, I usually take the right directions at the right time, but I appreciate it not being life or death because there will always be a plan B. It's a cross-franchise fish. It's a Pokemon. Haven't played WoW in a while. Well, that's okay. You don't have to apologize to anybody, really. Correct. Nope. Overwatch 2 coming to Steam? They're still doing Overwatch 2. Ooh, I've been very out of the loop on that. Which seems fine. I saw that I was opening up Steam to play Valheim, and Steam was like, hey, Hazel, Disney Dreamlight Valley's on sale. You might like it. I didn't buy it. I thought about it. I didn't buy it. Everybody tells me it's really good. I don't know why I don't want to play it. Something about it just doesn't do it for me. When would you say you had the most fun X-Pac wise? It's hard to quantify. It's hard to remember how much fun you had like 5 years ago or 6 years ago or whatever. Especially if you feel like you were kind of always happy. Yeah, recency bias is getting me because I'm like, well, right now is really fun. Oh, Disney Dreamlight Valley. I think it just looks, and this is a really hypocritical thing to say about it when obviously every game is corporate, but it just feels very corporate. I think it's the IP mixing. I know they're all Disney, but I think seeing characters out of their own stories just feels, something about it just is off to me. It looks good. I don't need another game to addict me. I'm sure it's good. People have told me, people whose opinions I trust and relate to have told me that they put a lot of time into it and had a great time. It seems like it's in the same kind of category as Stardew Valley, but maybe missing some of the charm of what really makes Stardew Valley speak to me. Nope, no luck on that one. Nice, not worth paying for. Which is why you're not excited about the latest Magic expansion about Lord of the Rings. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe it's just because I don't know. Corporate crossovers just kind of feel out of place to me. They've never been something that really excites me. Shaved my head today, feeling free, light. Congratulations, Anduin. Beautiful game. It'd be more fun if it was like an MMO, maybe. Think you'd like Timberborn? Probably not sabotage your productivity by suggesting it. I have seen Timberborn before. I remember looking into different like factory games and crafting games and being like, beavers. Beavers. I didn't buy it though, I don't think. All right, two more characters for Karokta. Yeah, Flabby and I are trying Valheim again. Maybe this time we'll finally make it to the Mistlands. If I ever got to a point where I felt like I was making as many videos for WoW as I wanted to, and I was getting them all out in a reasonable frame of time, I wouldn't mind playing other games and making like surface level videos for them. But I've never gotten to that point where I felt like I was caught up enough. I don't have... I'll just fly there myself. I haven't unlocked the flight path that's by Karokta for a lot of characters. You were not kidding about having lots of characters for Karokta. I feel obligated to make use of them just because I leveled all of them. Because with this experience event, I got all these characters up, you know. When would I be happy? Part of it would be like a frequency, like maybe having 3 videos a week, including the news. So like the news plus 2 more a week. Or maybe it would be more like, you know, if I'm spending 4 focused hours a day outside of stream time working on them, whatever amount that is. Or maybe it would be topic-based. Maybe it would be like if I felt like I was caught up on covering everything that I wanted to for the patches. Because I've never run out of WoW video ideas. There's always been more videos on the to-make list. So if I felt like if I ran out of those, but I don't know if I ever would. One of those 3 criteria. But I think that if I haven't gotten there by now, then maybe I never will. Maybe I'm making about as much as I'm ever going to be able to make. 3 is a lot. Yeah, 3 might be a lot. I used to make a video every single day, and I know that they were like much lower lift videos. They were much less edited, less planned, less research, less writing, less everything. So it was much more reasonable for me to make a video every day. But I remember when I started gaming YouTube, that was the thing, is you had to make at least like 1 a day was light. People were putting out 3, 4, 5 videos every single day. And I mean, mind you, it was like Let's Play content, so it wasn't, again, super heavily edited or anything, but that was kind of the thing. So trying to, I don't know. Is this where Karokta spawns? I think so. Pre-made, custom group. Find a group. And they also don't all have to be like 17-minute super dense guides. Some of them could just be fun. What am I doing? Karokta. That is so much. Spam out topic ideas from ChatGPT. I am not at a lack of video topics though. I'm at a lack of personal energy is my problem. I get tired easy. I don't know. I don't know if I just don't have like grit or whatever, but I get sleepy. I don't have time to watch that many, never mind make that many. Yeah. Mountain farming this weekly chore stuff. I am mountain farming. Need to figure out some good evergreen videos for you to do. I appreciate the help. I'm okay doing my own content planning though. It feels better if it feels like it was my strategy. Hype for the Barbie movie? People seem really excited for it. I don't have plans to go see it. Although I don't really have plans to go see any movies for the time being. What is my favorite mount? Do you care to share what's on your list after the dungeon guide? I kind of don't want to, just because if I don't make it, it's kind of one of those things where Blizzard, like, you know how Blizzard doesn't like to tell you what they're planning because sometimes they change their mind? I don't want to get hopes up for something that would either take a crazy long time to get out, or if I change my mind. That looks cool. Can I see it? Yeah. Let me see. Make sure we're not pulling yet. It is up. Good. So I have a tree on this arm that goes all the way down to the wrist. Kind of hard to see with the glare. And then this arm has a sleeve that goes all the way around the arm that has different things on it. I've got a heron down here. I've got some blackbirds up here. I've got like some blackberries and things, plants and things. Oh, Karokta time. Did they hurt? Yes. Tattoos are rarely licked on by kittens, but it's not a problem. It doesn't. You don't really mind, or I didn't really super mind. You kind of get used to it. It can almost become relaxing. Especially, arm's not the most painful place to get it. Sometimes the inner arm or the inner elbow was a little ouchy, but it doesn't last forever. You know, it hurts for like a couple hours when you're getting it put on, and then maybe a couple days or a week while it's healing, and then it is there more or less forever. So it's a good investment. Pain investment. Something. Oh yeah. I've got a maple leaf in my back shoulder blade. That's true. I always forget about that one. I couldn't tell you with any degree of accuracy which shoulder it's on either. One of them. No luck there, but we do have another chance. I guess I can just leave this character here for now. I know it isn't new anymore, but man, that sleeve is sick. I like it a lot. I was looking at it in the shower this morning. I like Hazel surprise videos. Almost better when I have no idea they're coming. Baby. Knew a guy in the military that had like 30 tattoos of different vehicle logos? Vehicle logos. That is. I don't think I've ever seen somebody with tattoos like that before. Yeah, tattoos are expensive. That's kind of why I'm not getting any more for now. I feel like I've had a lot of work done. I'm happy with it, but I'm good to leave it for the time being. Man really likes cars and logos. I suppose so. All right, one more Karokta try on my main. I didn't even think when I was dyeing my hair pink about the fact that my evoker and I kind of match. We don't fully match. Hers is redder than mine is, but kind of. Yeah, the hardest part about getting tattoos is finding an artist that you like and then getting in to see them, especially if they're very popular and it's like a long wait list, like getting through your consultation and getting set up with them. Once you're set up with them, then it's hard to not just keep going back. You just kind of want to like keep going. Just like, here, put me on the calendar. I'll see you every month and we'll just do something else. I'm sure I'll get more tattoos one day, but for the moment, I am good. Cosplay your character when. Twinsies. Scared that I'm not going to like them in the future. I think the way that I made my peace with that's a very valid concern. I think the way that I made my peace with that was, firstly, to not get any tattoos that are too connected with properties or people that I might change my opinion on or that are outside of my control. So like not tattoos of any particular like fantasy properties, not tattoos from any particular company or brand, no names, no words, quotes, that kind of thing. Just for me, just for my own personal preference. And then the second thing is to remember that the tattoo doesn't necessarily have to be my favorite thing forever, but it's kind of like a testimonial? It's a testament, pardon me, a testament to what I really liked and wanted at the time. So this arm right here, this one, here, let me get back to Karokta and then I can full screen it again. My right arm, this tree right here, I got this done when I was 19. So this is an 11-year-old tattoo now, and it's not something I would get now because it's technically, the concept was like a cherry blossom tree, but it doesn't look anything like a botanically correct cherry blossom tree. It's got like a screaming face that I didn't know about for the first year on my wrist, and I don't know. It's like it's a cool tattoo and I like it a lot, but it's not the kind of thing that I would want now. But when I was 19, I thought it was the coolest thing ever, and I always get to carry around a piece of what 19-year-old Hazel wanted and kind of remember, you know, how scared I was to go get it and how shy I was to like make an appointment and how excited I was when I got to show everybody. And I still love that tattoo, even though I wouldn't get it again because it reminds me of who I was at the time. So I'm kind of building little memories of the different me's that I was over different years. Imagine you wake up one day and just really hate flowers and herons. Yeah. I'm also not really the type of person to get too hung up on specifics and regrets, really. For whatever reason, I am lucky enough that they just kind of leave me alone. And I know I really like tattoos. I remember waking up the next morning after I got my first ever tattoo, which was my back shoulder one. And I was kind of stuck to the sheets, and I was in a hotel because I'd like traveled. I was in Toronto. And I was like, ow. And I like went and looked in the mirror, and I'm like, I have a tattoo. This is awesome. I was so happy. I was so excited. I felt so cool. And I still, every time I've gotten a tattoo since, I've still had that feeling of like, Wolf Cloud, that's really sweet. But that screaming face in your wrist, it doesn't really frighten me. I also don't know if it was intentional by the artist or if it was just, it just kind of happened. He was like subconsciously thinking about something else and gave me a screaming face. I certainly didn't ask for it. My original concept for that tattoo was going to be that the tree roots were going to begin at my elbow and the roots were going to proceed all the way down to my wrist, but I don't think I explained it very well. And I also, I did everything wrong the first time. I didn't get a sketch. I didn't have like a preliminary appointment. I made one appointment and they just free-handed it onto me in one sitting on that one appointment, which is all kinds of not recommended. But it worked out for me. I like it. Oh, you never heard about it? Here, let me take out my wrist. There is right here. Ah, you know. Screaming face. Two dogs named Nimbus and Cirrus? Oh, those are really cute names. Can see how it could be possibly unintentional. What's my full process now? Well, I don't currently have an artist because I left my last artist behind in Portland. If I was going to get another tattoo, I would start by figuring out what kind of style I wanted and what sort of subject I wanted. It would probably be like a wildlife tattoo. And then I would look for local artists and I would spend weeks going through their Instagrams and going through their websites and going through their portfolios until I find somebody that has a style where I love the way that they do tattoos and that they do the same kind of category and style and similar tattoos to what I'm looking for. Because you don't want to find like an American traditional artist if what you're looking for is a watercolor tattoo, right? Like you want to find someone that does what you want. And then contact them for a consultation where you wait as long as you need to wait, and then you go in and then you talk to them about, hey, this is kind of what I want. This is kind of where I want it. What do you think? And if they can give you their feedback on it, and they can agree to provide you with a sketch, and then they go back and work on the sketch, send that to you, and then once you're happy with it, then you make the first appointment to go get it worked on, depending on the size of it. Lots of tattoos that are smaller you can totally get done in one session, but for like a sleeve, that's going to be kind of an ongoing thing. I did mow my hair. I mowed it, and I've dyed it. You get so nervous the first time? I was more nervous about meeting somebody and just kind of, I don't know, being around a stranger than I was to actually the physical process of being tattooed isn't that scary once you've done it once. That part doesn't concern me at all because that part I can just kind of put in my headphones and zone out for. But like the process of like getting to know somebody and chatting with them, and that's scarier to me by far. Driving to the tattoo studio was scarier to me for a long time, even after I had been there many times. Although driving into Portland was always kind of not out there, but yeah. Island has some really strong tattoo artists. Yeah, I bet. Part of me thinks that maybe I should get any further tattoos that I want done while I still live in Victoria, because it would be so easy for me to like pop down to a studio, but I know I'm not ready to get anything done right now. If I want to spend a bunch of money and time on something, then I'm gonna get a dog. I want a dog real bad, and I'm kind of slowly talking myself out of waiting until I buy a house, because I've come to realize that might take a couple of years and that it might not necessarily have any more space or more of a yard than what I have right now. Dog brain. I have dog brain, yeah. So I'm not in like an immediate hurry, but I am thinking about it. How do you find so many Karokta groups? I've been lucky, I guess. They're just up. They're just up. I just keep checking. How long did it take you? I did this on Monday. Couple of hours, but that was because I only process like it just takes time to like put things in and then let them process and then rinse them out and then put things in because I had to lighten it before I colored it. I don't know, 3 hours maybe, front to back, maybe 4. Something like that. Getting a better space for both of you is more important. It's just my instinct is to kind of put my whole life on hold and just focus on trying to save up for a house. And I'm kind of I'm kind of looking into it and thinking through different scenarios, and maybe I shouldn't put my whole life on hold. maybe I don't, maybe it's not mandatory, you know, maybe it doesn't have to be an either or thing. I might be able to do both. But yeah, finding the right dog to introduce to Kira would be really important. 'Cause she's my baby girl. No luck there. I think that was my last Karokta attempt of the day. I can't believe that took me almost until noon. I did not think I was going to stream until noon today. Holy mackerel. Shall we go take a look at the whelp daily? 9 to 5 leaves it. Yeah. I think the thing that's going to help is that I work from home, so I don't have to like leave the dog at home all day alone. And I go for walks multiple times a day anyways. Plus I run, I go on hikes. I do all these things where I want to bring a dog on. I wouldn't have to change my lifestyle very much. I might go on farther walks. But I wouldn't have to change my lifestyle very much to fit a dog into it. It's not like I would have to like move a bunch of stuff. I'm kind of doing a lot of the things anyways. You really do have a hard time estimating time requirements correctly. Yeah. That's true. Lots of people with dogs, ways to manage it. I'm confident that I could handle that part because I've lived with a dog in an apartment before. So I'm familiar with the pace of it and the routine of it. Joker and I lived together for many years. And we did good. And that apartment was even in an even less dog-friendly area than this one is. Yeah, I would want to adopt. I would want to adopt for sure. And I don't know how hard it will be to find a shelter that is willing to adopt me a dog without, because a lot of them want you to have like a yard and they want you to have like a farm and they want the dog to go to a huge place with a fence and 4 other dogs and a friendly pony. And I don't know, I guess it depends on the size of the dog and the temperament of the dog. I don't know how hard it's going to be to get approved for an application like that, but I'll never know if I don't try. I would be doing myself a disservice because I think I would be a good dog mom. I'd be doing myself a disservice to not try just on the assumption that no one will adopt me a dog. What am I doing? I'm doing whelp daycare. That's right. What will you name them? I have lots of names for a girl dog, but I was trying to brainstorm names for a boy dog because I didn't have as many of those. But also, if I adopted an older dog, because it doesn't have to be a puppy, if it's like a very calm dog that is proven to be very cat friendly, that I feel like I can introduce safely to my cat, I'm okay with getting like an adult dog. And if it already has a name, I'm not going to change the name of like a 2-year-old dog. But if it's a younger dog that I could change the name of, then I don't know. Yeah, puppies are a lot of work. Disco. X Arthur, thank you very much for the 14-month resub. Hi Hazel, love the hair. Why, thank you. The only thing that I need from the dog, aside from being kitty friendly, is I need a dog that can like actually go for walks and runs and hikes with me. I do not want one of these dogs. Bless them, they're adorable and they're perfect for some people. But some dogs just won't walk very far and then they'll just sit down, they'll be like, I'm tired. This is over. And I've always in my life had dogs that would really go with you and go on adventures and go on hikes and walks and trips. And I need a dog that can go. I do not need a dog that will stop. Why not a collie? I don't want to pick out like a specific breed of dog like I'm, I don't know, buying clothes or something like that, just because I know I want to adopt, and I know that I'm very flexible on the breed as long as it's the right fit for my life. So I don't want to get my heart set on like a specific flavor of dog when, you know, there might be another dog that's like a mixed breed that would be the perfect dog for me. Yeah, no dog's gonna want to hike in this heat, that's true. Hiking in reasonable temperatures. Sir Pringley doused. What am I doing? Am I painting Sir Pringley? Oh, I'm unpainting Sir Pringley. I think. Sir Pringley doused. 0 of 3. Dapperly painterly visage. Oh no, we should paint him. The only proper way to declare oneself an artist is to be covered in the finest paints. I don't think I've done this before. Oh, I see. Is he going to turn around? He's not turning around. I kind of thought he was going to turn around. Still streaming? I'm just about done. I'm just doing my whelp daycare for the day. Often bored if you're not active. Put him on the farm to watch over the sheep that my father herds. I mean, one day I would love to have a big dog with like a lot of energy and a lot of personality and to do like activities and stuff with them. But I don't think that's the right dog for me right now. I don't, as much as I want one, I don't think I'm going to end up with one of these, you know, Pyrenees / Bernese mountain dogs. They have puppies like that and they're going to be huge and I love them, but that's not the right dog for me right now. That would be the right dog for me if I got rich and bought a farm. Lysander visited. The whelps painted Sir Pringley and were cleaning him in buckets of water. Can I paint Sir Pringley? That sounds like fun. Poor Sir Pringley. I've never had a Great Dane, but from what I've heard of them, they're kind of couch potatoes. Like they're huge, but they're not. It's not exactly like a big herding dog. Time rift o'clock. Time rift o'clock. Take my kitty on walks. She gets fussy when I don't take her out often enough. Okay. Well, we got Iggy. Iggy the rock elemental. Imagine carrying around 100 kilograms of dog. You wouldn't be super active either. A lot of Danes think they're lap dogs, I've heard. Yeah, I don't know what sort of dog it'll turn out to be. But one day, doggy, and it'll be good. Am I done? I think I'm done. I think I'm done for the day. I shall be back tomorrow, Thursday morning, for a Thursday morning World of Warcraft stream. Same time, same place. I'd like to thank you all very much for joining me today. Appreciate the company. Appreciate all the chatting. I appreciate the subs and the bits. I hope you have an awesome week and a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.